Mega Staraptor is completely different than any Pokemon we've ever had before, period. At first glance, this might seem like a surprising statement. Staraptor is a fast and strong physical attacker, and we've had many of those over the years. But where things get interesting is when you consider Staraptor's ability. It's called Contrary, and it causes all stat boosts to become stat drops, and all stat drops to become stat boosts. Now, other Pokemon have had Contrary before, but never a Pokemon like Mega Staraptor. A Pokemon that is both this fast and has the attack Close Combat. Close Combat is a very powerful fighting move, and normally the downside of using it is that you drop both of your defenses by one stage. However, when Mega Staraptor uses Close Combat, it instead gets a defense and special defense boost. In other words, you're able to click an extremely powerful move and become tankier every single time that you do. Normally, one way you can deal with a physical attacking threat is via the ability Intimidate, which lowers the attack stats of both your opponent's Pokemon, except that if they have Contrary, that attack drop becomes an attack boost. So unsurprisingly, people were very excited for Mega Staraptor when it first released. But so far, it hasn't really had the results that you would expect for a Pokemon with this much going for it. Many people are already writing Staraptor off, saying that it isn't good enough to compete with the big dogs. But I'm not so convinced myself, so I found a tournament with over 150 entrants and signed myself up to see what I could learn about this big bird. Of course, even though I know I want to use Staraptor, I still have to pick 5 more partner Pokemon. The first one for me is obvious, and that's Whimsicott. Whimsicott is a very strong Pokemon with the Prankster ability, which gives all of its moves that don't do damage an increased stage of priority, causing them to move before most other moves. Whimsicott is known for using this ability to set Tailwind up, which is a field condition that doubles the speeds of your team for the next 4 turns. But Whimsicott also gets another move that I'm interested in, and that is Charm. Charm lowers the attack set of whatever it hits by 2 stages. Right now, there's a ton of physical attacking threats such as Garchomp and Basculegion, and you can use this to cut their attack in half. But of course, the real reason I'm interested in Charm is because it works with Mega Staraptor. By using Charm on my own Mega Staraptor, I will get not 2 attack drops, but 2 attack boosts. Comboing this with the fact that Staraptor's Close Combat will again raise both its defense stats, and that Whimsicott's Tailwind will double its speed, effectively giving that stat a +2 temporarily, this combination is able to raise every single one of Mega Staraptor's relevant stats. Of course, Whimsicott and Mega Staraptor have a problem, which is very powerful spread damage, and right now that comes in the form of 2 different types. Fire and Fairy. Fire types like Mega Charizard Y can output huge damage before Staraptor gets to ramp up, and because Mega Staraptor turns from a normal and flying to a fighting and flying type, it's actually weak to fairy moves, which is a problem with Mega Floettaround. So I know I want a fire type Pokemon on this team because it resists both of those types. And the one I'm going to use today is one that I haven't used all that often, Ceruledge. Its ability Flash Fire makes it immune to all fire type moves, and as a ghost type, it's also immune to fighting and normal type moves. It has a signature move called Bitter Blade, which does a ton of damage while also healing Ceruledge, and it has a priority move in Shadow Sneak, which moves before most other attacks. The last move I'm going to use is Bulk Up. This allows Ceruledge to set itself up and become bulkier in the face of Pokemon like Charizard Y or other Pokemon that can't really threaten it. Bulk Up will raise both its attack and defense stats, which makes it not only stronger but also tankier, which combos quite well with Bitter Blade's healing. I'll use Cobra Berry to help protect me from Kingambit, who is a major threat for Ceruledge. While testing this team, I realized that I have another problem, and that's opposing Whimsicott. It can match my Tailwind, effectively neutralizing it. It's faster than my Staraptor and hits it for super effective damage, and it can Encore my Ceruledge into a setup move or my Staraptor into a move that I don't want to click multiple times. So I need something against Whimsicott, and the Pokemon I'm adding here is going to be Farigiraf. Farigiraf's Armor Tail ability stops all opposing priority moves as long as Farigiraf is on the field, which can shield me from Encore. It also gives my team Trick Room, which isn't necessarily the best because both Staraptor and Whimsicott are so fast, but can combo with Ceruledge and can also be used to reverse opposing Trick Room teams. Farigiraf also has a lot of use outside of Trick Room because it has the move Helping Hand, which boosts the partner's damage output by 50% on this turn. It's a very tanky Pokemon that's hard to remove with good typing. I think it'll be useful here. Okay, I have 2 slots left. I want to add 1 Mega Evolution and 1 non-Mega Evolution. My non-Mega, I'm going to try out Garchomp. It's a very strong Pokemon right now with the Life Orb and 3 big damaging moves in Rock Slide, Stomping Tantrum, and Dragon Claw, and it's faster than Charizard, who I am still a little bit worried about even with Ceruledge. It's just a good consistent damage dealer, hard to handle, just another good offensive piece because both Whimsicott and Farigiraf are more defensive. And now I need a Mega Evolution. I thought about Pokemon like Charizard and Floette, but they just didn't feel right here. So I'm testing out a Mega Evolution that I haven't used very much, and that's Mega Metagross. When it Mega evolves, it becomes very fast and very strong. and with Psychic and Steel moves, it actually does a ton of damage. It also gets Stomping Tantrum, which is another ground move, which is just good coverage for them on. When it Mega Evolves, it becomes faster, obviously, but that means when it isn't Mega Evolved, it's actually at a much more nice speed tier for Trick Room. In fact, I've picked a speed tier here where after it Mega Evolves, it's faster than Modest Nature, Floette, and Charizard, and Adamant Nature Garchomp. But before it Mega Evolves, it's actually at a nice middling speed that works in both Tailwind and Trick Room, outspeeding Pokemon like Choice Scarf Hydreigon and Tailwind, and underspeeding all Floette inside of Trick Room. If you like these kind of tournament breakdowns, make sure that you subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot and helps us make these long form videos, and I really appreciate it. So thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. Anyway, with that being said, it's time to start the tournament. There's 7 rounds, and I need to win at least 5 of them in order to make top cut. Winning 6 or 7 could get me a bye through the first round of top 32. For now though, I've got to win round 1. I've been thinking about dragons so much recently. They're so cool. They have scales and they breathe fire and they can fly. I can't do any of those things. Imagine being surrounded by dragons. Imagine like a whole village of them. Imagine this 3 times. Now imagine this video's sponsor, Dragon Village 3. Dragon Village 3 is a collectible RPG, focusing all around on the joy of discovering and raising dragons. Doesn't that sound fun? You can collect a huge variety of these cute pixel art dragons. Do you miss grinding for IVs? Don't worry, this game has a deep breeding system to discover rare new species. Dragons don't just stay in the menus. You can build your own dragon village and watch them live, play, and interact within the village. And of course, as with any game I love, there's PvP. I wonder if I could be a Dragon Village World Champion too. If you're not a fan of head-to-head battles, you can also work together with other players to challenge raid bosses, growing stronger together and earning valuable rewards. The game also has a genuinely interesting story, with emotional twists and turns, and regular updates, leaving me hooked to find out what happens next. If all that sounds appealing to you and you want to build your very own Dragon Village, you can play Dragon Village 3 right now by clicking the link in the description. Thanks again to Dragon Village 3 for sponsoring this video. Okay, folks, here is the team that I will be using today. Here's the rental code if you would like it, with the stats available here. I'm really interested to see how this goes. I think it's a really cool concept, and I'm just kind of curious to see how it plays out here. Metagross is a Pokemon I really have never had much experience with, even before it had a Mega, and then had the Mega. I've like really never used it. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm excited to. Let me move my head. I'm excited to see how this team works. Staraptor is a really interesting Mega evolution, a really cool Mega evolution. I am excited to try it out because I want to believe that it can be good, and so far, like, I mean, I think it can, but it's not really a Pokemon that's similar to anything else that we have had before. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and join the lobby and get started with round 1 here. Okay. I'm here with round 1, and it looks a little bit spooky because this team has Psychic, it's triple Psychic type, which is not good for my Staraptor, and it's what's it called? Psychic Terrain Meowstic with also, it has Thunder Wave as well. So this is pretty spooky because with Psychic Terrain active, this team can just do tons of damage. However, the one thing that I do have going for me is the fact that I have Metagross of my own, and their Metagross is Steel Roller Ironhead Psychic Fangs, meaning it doesn't actually have a good way to deal damage to my Metagross. So I think in game 1 here, I think my plan is to show Metagross game 1 and then switch to Staraptor game 2. I kind of like the idea of Whimsicott plus Metagross in the lead. Ceruledge is frankly not very good here. I think Garchomp is actually pretty decent. Ceruledge is okay into Gardevoir offensively. This is probably pretty frail Gardevoir. I'm really worried about this Meowstic. It's not great into Basculegion. It's really not good into Hydreigon. I like the priority blocking of Farigiraf here, but I don't really like it for any in any other sense. Is it worth bringing it just to block priority? I'm almost out of time here. Let's show Farigiraf game 1 and then maybe they'll respect it game 2 because I don't want my Metagross to get paralyzed. I think my goal is to okay, their team is really scary, but they can only bring one of their Megas, and whichever one they leave behind is like kind of a problem for them. Like they want both of them here. It is Metagross Meowstic. This is the lead I expected. So the nice thing here is that this Meowstic is Fake Out, Thunder Wave, Expanding Force, and Psychic Terrain. And so I didn't really think about it, but I did bring 2 different Psychic type Pokemon, which gives me a pretty big advantage here, and they don't have any damage reduction. So I'm down to just Mega Evolve Stomping Tantrum here and switch to Farigiraf. This cancels out Fake Out, it blocks Thunder Wave, gives me access to Helping Hand on the following turn. It's not like the greatest play of all time or anything, but I think it should be sufficient here. How much do you think my Metagross does to their Metagross? I'm gonna 2-shot it easily. So I'll try and get through the Metagross first and then go from there. I do need to watch out for this Meowstic. Farigiraf is now in. I'm not like that worried. Maybe I should be. They're Mega Evolving first. That confirms that they're faster than us. So, okay, what do we know right now? We know that in the back, they have some combination of Basculegion, Hydreigon, and Incineroar. By Mega Evolving here, I am now susceptible to Intimidate, so I do need to be careful of that. But with Garchomp in the back, I hope it's okay. They're bold Meowstic, so they're not like the strongest version of themselves. What I need to be careful of is on this next turn, not letting the Hydreigon come in for free. They do go for Fake Out. They were probably trying to take out my Whimsicott here before it could move. And they go for Iron Head into my Farigiraf. So this is honestly fine. I take half my health, which isn't, it's not good per se, but it's also not terrible. I go for Stomping Tantrum here, and I'm gonna do, as I said, over half. I need to be somewhat careful here. Do I want to just give this Metagross another free attack? Not really, right? I don't think Thunderbolt is gonna get the KO here. So I'm gonna go Helping Hand and Iron Head here. My hope is that maybe Hydreigon switches in. Okay, and if not, I'm at least trying to get this Meowstic down to Focus Sash. They could go for like Psychic Terrain and Steel Roller on the same turn. Okay, they're going for Psychic Terrain. I guess they want my Farigiraf gone. Psychic Terrain has anti-synergy with Steel Roller, so well, I guess synergy and anti-synergy. Farigiraf goes down. This looks bad, I know, but it's not as bad as it appears. Because now I get Whimsicott in, and I've got the Metagross down to its, or the Meowstic down to its Sash here, which is fine. So now what? I think I need to go Whimsicott here. I think my plan is to go Whimsicott and click Encore on this turn to keep the, we actually want the Psychic Terrain to stay up here, and Stomping Tantrum into the Metagross, I think. Because we really don't want to get Thunder Waved. I think that's the most important thing right now. They could switch either slot out. The thing is I'm threatening Tailwind plus Stomping Tantrum, so I think they want to go for Thunder Wave, so I'm hoping to catch them off guard by using Encore to force them into Psychic Terrain and keep them trapped on the field for a turn. But if they switch this turn, especially if they switch into something like Incineroar, okay, they don't. Interesting, we should note that they're not playing defensively at all here. Like they're really just going all out on offense here. So they have Psychic Terrain up again. This is good and bad. It means I can't Encore anything else, but I'm just trying to think about the next stage of this game. Oh, they actually Steel Roller. Ugh. Okay, that's not ideal. Oh, I guess I could have Encored the Metagross here if I wanted. It's good. Okay, I'm technically even in Pokemon, but it's getting a little bit dicey. I still think it's okay. It's just, yeah, a little bit spooky now. It depends on what the last Pokemon is. If it's Hydreigon, my life is going to get kind of difficult if I lose my Whimsicott. So yeah, I need to be careful here. I assume it's Incineroar. Oh, what if it's Basculegion? That could also be kind of scary. It is Basculegion. Okay. So what am I going to do here? I think I need to go for Tailwind here and Psychic Fangs, I think. And except that Metagross is going down. That seems kind of bad. Because I don't know if the last Pokemon is Incineroar or if it's Hydreigon. And they're both kind of bad for me. Let's go Tailwind and Psychic Fangs. I think I need to cover for the chance that it's Hydreigon. It is Hydreigon. So I made the right move, which is really good. So now they have a choice to make. They can either go for Aqua Jet, which exposes their Hydreigon, or... Okay, they do go for Aqua Jet. Great. Okay, then I made the right play on this turn. So now, because I went for Tailwind on this turn, and I went for Psychic Fang specifically, I've put myself into a spot where I'm threatening a KO on both Pokemon, and it's pretty difficult for them to stop. We see Metagross come in here with the Psychic Fang. He's going to do a lot of damage here. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. Basculegion now in range of Life Orb, so it's, yeah, getting really dicey. And because of the Helping Hand Iron Head earlier that I went for, I'm actually in a spot where, because this is Choice Scarf Hydreigon, I can KO it with Dragon Claw, and I can just go for Iron Head here, because I think Psychic Fangs is 95% accurate. Oh, it's 100%. Does it matter which one I click? I should Iron Head in case Meowstic comes in this slot, right? Yeah. Tailwind going up at the very last, really the last possible second, waiting until the 11th inning here for Tailwind to go up. But yeah, because of this now, because they haven't dealt with Metagross, they're in a lot of trouble. By the way, their play makes sense because the other thing I could have done there and the kind of more obvious play for me to make that turn was to go from Moonblast into Meowstic. And if I went for Moonblast and got Hydreigon and went for the Psychic Fangs play, then regardless of what I had in the back, I was likely to win. We actually see Staraptor paying a little bit of dividends here because the opponent didn't bring Incineroar, likely because they were worried about Contrary, but yeah, because they didn't bring Incineroar, now they're in this spot. So let's see here. There it comes out. That's the end of that. Cool. So here's a question for the chat. What am I supposed to do here? Meowstic is back out. So we win game one, which is great, but the problem is that this actually wasn't as easy as I was hoping it would be. And by that, I mean, it was actually really difficult. And I feel like we had to get a couple big calls and big positioning plays right. I'm wondering if there's a way that I can like catch them off guard with my Staraptor. The problem is this Meowstic, ultimately. Yeah, the problem is that with this Meowstic running around, it's very, very difficult for me to actually use Staraptor, and it's not so easy for me to get through the Meowstic either. We saw how much damage the Metagross was doing. We can probably realistically expect them to bring Metagross again. That seems reasonable to me. Yeah, it's the combination of all its moves. It's the Fake Out, it's the Thunder Wave, it's the Expanding Force, and the Psychic Terrain. The Psychic Terrain is actually okay, but the Thunder Wave and Fake Out combination is really spooky. So we win game one here, but it didn't feel as good as I would have liked it to. Okay, one thing that I'm noting here is that Ceruledge actually looks kind of dangerous into what they did. So what if I did Ceruledge Farigiraf up? Oh, but they're gonna bring Incineroar this game, right? So I don't think I should rely on Ceruledge. Sarah because like the entire point of Sarah is you can get bulk ups off, and I can't really do that so easily here. Also, my Staraptor could be speed tying their Metagross. If they're just max speed, then we'll be speed tying. So Staraptor is really strong here, but I need to find a way to get it into position. Okay, here's my plan. I'm gonna do Whimsicott plus Sarah here, and in the back, I'm gonna bring Whimsicott and Staraptor, and my plan is to get through as much as I can, wait until they have already Mega Evolved, and then bring in my Staraptor, get the Intimidate up down, and try and charm myself. I think the goal has to be to get through this. I need to get through this Meowstic somehow, right? And if they switch to Gardevoir, I'm in trouble. But I don't think they, gosh darn it. Okay, that's not good. That cannot be good. Okay. Well, that is not good at all. Okay, it's not good, and it's also, oh my God, it's so bad. Okay, it's fine. Let's just protect both. Let's see if they Mega Evolve. There's no need to do anything crazy here. Because if they don't Mega Evolve, yeah, now it's technically more optimal for me to go for Bitter Blade. So here's what I'm thinking. I can just try and burst down this Gardevoir with like Bitter Blade, Stomping Tantrum, and then Shadow Sneak eventually. Although they could have an answer for that. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty difficult is my current feeling. But it's not over by any means. Because the thing is that with Staraptor, if I get it positioned properly, yeah, they went for what I expected. If I get Staraptor positioned properly, then my position is like, okay. The problem is this Incineroar is already on, oh, they went for Lariat. Okay, if they Lariat again, then I'm in good shape, actually. You know, there's a chance that Shadow Sneak plus Stomping Tantrum will KO. I think it's worth it, because if I get the KO here, I think I win the game. Okay, I get the Sneak off. We want this to do like 50%. That is likely in range. I think Mineral from Stomping onto No Bulk Gardevoir is 52, so this should KO. Okay, Gardevoir is down. That's their Mega. We saw how much trouble their Mega caused me last game. In this game, really no problem at all. We were trying to set up for Staraptor to come in, but we might actually be okay here. I go for Lariat, but I do have the Culver Berry, which protects me from this for one turn. This looks good, but it's not as good as it looks. This looks good, but it's not. This looks good. That was a great turn. That was a really good turn. The problem is that, like, because my back Pokemon are kind of like, I don't want to say bad, but they're a little bit suspect. Here though, I mean, what are they gonna do? I'm just gonna Bitter Blade the Hydreigon to cover for a switch and switch to Whimsicott, I think. Because they have U-turn, so they could go for it. Although if I get this turn wrong, then I'm actually just dead, right? I'll switch to Whimsicott, it feels safe. And this resets my Garchomp, who's more valuable based on what they brought. So the best case scenario is this is Draco Meteor into my Whimsicott and Darkest Lariat into my Sarah. A Bitter Blade is probably, like, it was better to target Incineroar technically here, but like, also who cares? Okay, great. Okay, so here they've given me the position, which is exactly what I wanted. So I have two ways of getting through this now. I can go for Tailwind in close combat and try and KO Hydreigon before it attacks, or I can actually do the true combo here, which I think is what I'm gonna do here. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Mega Evolve close combat into Incineroar, and I'm gonna side charm myself here. And the idea is that I'm gonna double my attack. I'm sure I already explained this in the team builder, but I haven't filmed that yet as of the time I'm recording this. Whoopsie. They have to switch Basculegion in, they have to do it into only one of these slots. They have to call correctly. Nope. I had a feeling that was going to be the one to switch because Tailwind plus, oh, it's Meowstic. Oh, if it's Meowstic, they shouldn't be able to win this ever. But yeah, now Staraptor is going to Mega Evolve, and not only will Charm double its attack stat, but it will also get a defense boost and a special defense boost by landing this attack as well. So it should be really tough for them here because now I'm +2 attack, +1 defense, +1 special defense, but also their last Pokemon. Their last Pokemon is this Hydreigon. It doesn't have a fire move. It only has Dark Pulse, Snarl, Draco Meteor, and U-turn. So at +2 Incineroar, it goes down in just one attack there as I boost my defenses. And like, I'm really struggling for them to see a way for them to win. They might be able to do something with Psychic Terrain Expanding Force in theory, but I think in practice, they don't have enough turns. Because what I can do now is, because this Hydreigon can't protect itself, I can go for close combat here and Moonblast here. And even in the worst case scenario where their Meowstic goes for, yeah, I guess that's kind of annoying actually, but it should be fine because unless they need to Dark Pulse flinch by Whimsicott, go for Draco. Oh, and you know what I can do now is I can actually Encore them into Thunder Wave. And that's gonna make their life very difficult. Yeah, if that had crit, then we still would have traded 1 for 1, right? As I go for Moonblast here, which will KO the Hydreigon thanks to its quadruple fairy weakness. Hydreigon goes down. And yeah, +2 Staraptor. It's a Pokemon where if you let it get, like Staraptor came in when I had 3 Pokemon left, right? We each had 3 Pokemon left. But that was actually like, it was actually late enough in the game where by just getting 1 call correct, we ended up in a position where Staraptor just kind of took over the game and there wasn't much they could do. So here, just to make it nice and clean to end it, we'll Brave Bird, which will definitely KO. I mean, you saw how much my resisted close combat did there. So we'll just Encore them to make sure that they can't switch moves here, can't go for some Expanding Force. And let Staraptor take the win this turn if we are not fully paralyzed. And if we are fully paralyzed, then we'll just switch to Garchomp with Whimsicott and try again. So here's Thunder Wave. It was likely random targeting there, goes into Staraptor, and Staraptor finishes the game with Brave Bird. So even in this matchup where Staraptor really did not look very good, still managed to be quite strong and win us the game in the mid game here. So Yeah, you can see the power of this Pokemon when Charm gets online, when you get the boost online, when you get close combat online. Very scary Pokemon. So we'll have to see if it works in future rounds, but I suspect that this was probably one of the harder matchups that we could run into. So I'm curious to see how it does. Okay, folks, I had a team sheet error. I forgot to change my Garchomp from Earthquake to Stomping Tantrum when I made that change. So I lose, I guess, which game did I use Garchomp in? I guess it would have been both of them. So I'll report game 2 as a loss then. So I have to win again against this team, which, I mean, that's on me. I got nobody to blame but myself there. But yeah, it is a really difficult matchup and I thought I was done with it. So it's 100% on me, but yeah, I may actually lose this now. So they did bring in Cineroar, which is the adaptation I expected. What is a girl to do? It didn't, like, I only was okay because I got through the early game last time. I think that what I want to do is use Metagross and Garchomp up front with Whimsicott in the back and Staraptor. And the plan is non-Mega Metagross here. And God, I hope it works. My God, do I hope it works. It's not a perfect plan, is what I will say. But hopefully it's enough here. I'm gonna be using non-Mega Metagross. Let me load that up in the calc. Hey, it's Metagross and Meowstic, the DMs. And I have Metagross and Garchomp. So, okay, what's going on here? Do you think Steel Roller kills me? My instinct is no. It's a roll to kill if they're max, but it's not a very good roll. So I feel okay going for just double stomping here. The Meowstic setting Psychic Terrain would be a little bit concerning, but not the end of the world. Oh, yeah. I mean, the nice thing is that my Metagross is really strong here. I guess they could also switch into Hydreigon. So maybe I should have split my targets here, but I don't hate this play because I feel like even if Hydreigon comes in here, okay, they're just saying. Yeah, okay, they're going for Steel Roller. So the good news is that if this goes well, I will get through their, as long as I don't die here, which I'm not supposed to. Yeah, it was pretty unlikely for them to get the KO. Also, that's a contact move. Fun fact, we're trading 1 for 1 here, but I think this favors me because I get rid of their Metagross almost in 1. It would have been really nice if I got that in 1, but I did not. So, okay, what do we have to watch out for here? We need to make sure that my Whimsicott is able to do what it has to do. Imagine I protected Garchomp there. I would have been in such good shape. Although, honestly, I'm not sure it actually ends up being that much better because I survived. Because then Meowstic would have been able to go for Expanding Force on turn 2. So we're going to Whimsicott here. I suspect that they have Incineroar, it's coming in. A Dragon comes in, okay. That to me kind of implies they don't have it. Okay, here's my thought process. I'm gonna do something a little bit unintuitive here. Hang on, I gotta think about this. Cause like, okay, like I'm worried about U-turn into the Basculegion, right? Like, okay, if Basculegion comes in here, it's kind of scary, I think. Oh, but they might give me Psychic Terrain. Okay, we just needed them not to switch out there, basically. That's what I was afraid of. So here's my thought process. I know it looks like I'm sacking off my Metagross, and that's because I am. But the reason that this is okay is because if the Hydreigon wants to KO my Metagross here with Dark Pulse, then they have to give me a free switch into my, oh, I survived. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Please don't flinch. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's suddenly a lot worse. That's not good. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. They're locked into Dark Pulse. So what I need to do then is go for Stomping Tantrum into Meowstic and I guess Tailwind here. How fast is my Metagross? This is pretty close. I should be actually. Oh, okay. So I can Stomping and Tailwind here to punish whatever comes in. And then I can deal with Hydreigon on the next turn. Okay, Meowstic switches out. This is all fine, I think. It is Incineroar. Okay, so with that in mind, this Metagross in base form is actually going to be the Pokemon that wins with this game, I think. Like, I mean, it'll go down on this turn probably, but yeah, I get Tailwind off. I'm just trying to put myself in a position where Staraptor can win. So let's see who moves next. It should be my Metagross. It is Stomping Tantrum here. I didn't check the nature of this thing. That's great damage, honestly. They get the Citrus Berry off, but that's fine. With Tailwind up, we need them to take the KO on. Oh, okay, they break the Focus Sash instead. Nice play. It looks like a critical hit to me. Okay, so we just watched Stomping do a little bit over 50, right? So I'm gonna say that Moonblast should get the KO here. I have the wrong EV spread. It might cost me. Hydreigon switches? Okay, got the call correct. It's fine. Meowstic comes out. It's like suddenly not so simple because I have the wrong EV spread on my Whimsicott. I shouldn't be max HP. Okay, that's fine. I still did enough. Okay, Incineroar goes down. That's good. And Hydreigon comes back in. And because Tailwind is still up, I should be okay here. Although it is worth noting that it's possible that Expanding Force gets both KOs here. Oh, okay, it's actually possible for me to lose this still. How many turns of everything are left? 2 turns of Tailwind, 2 turns of Psychic Terrain. I think I'm supposed to go for Iron Head here into Meowstic and Moonblast. I feel like that's probably correct. I could Moonblast the Hydreigon, but I win this game as long as Meowstic goes down. And they don't have access to Fake Out on this turn. Okay, here's Moonblast. I'm just trying to set up for Staraptor to win. Oh, you know what? I could have Mega Evolved on this turn. If I Mega Evolved, I would have gotten the Meowstic, but this should be fine. I get the Iron Head here into the Meowstic. It should go down now. Well, actually survive. Okay, so we end up winning game 3 without needing Staraptor, without needing to Mega Evolve Metagross either, which is funny. But yeah, like the thing is that at a certain point, I was pretty sure that I was playing to let Staraptor win the game, but then they never KO'd Metagross, so I never ended up going into Staraptor. So it's a little bit silly, but yeah, Staraptor was still still good, still definitely good. Moonblast comes out, Whimsicott knocks out Hydreigon, and we win game 3 of set 1. So despite the team sheet error, despite the difficult matchup, we are going to win here. I always like when you can bring both Megas to a game, even though Staraptor didn't end up coming out. So we'll have to see how the future rounds go, but glad that my team sheet error did not cost me anything big here. That is very fortunate. Okay, folks, I have fixed my team sheet errors, which is good. But the bad news is that in round 2, I'm playing a matchup that on the surface isn't bad. It's a rain team, which I think is actually pretty good for my specific build here. The problem, unfortunately, is that this team has a really specific combination of 2 Pokemon that give me a lot of trouble, and that is Goldengo plus Sinistcha, where Goldengo is very good into both Staraptor and Whimsicott, and although I have many Pokemon that can break through Goldengo, like they all have trouble getting through Sinistcha. And to make matters worse, this is actually Koba Berry Sinistcha, meaning it'll take half damage from flying moves, so I can't just like Charm and Brave Bird to get through them. So I've given this some thought. My opponent was a little bit late, so I had some time to think about it. And I think my game plan here is going to be Whimsicott plus Staraptor with Garchomp, who's my very strong offensive threat in the back, and Farigiraf as the last. My Farigiraf actually has Thunderbolt, making it a decent offensive option into the Pelipper, who is Focus Sash and has Protect over Wide Guard, which is also annoying. A lot of these Pelipper are dropping Protect for Wide Guard, which would be really good for me here. Ceruledge, I like into a lot of these Pokemon, but I just can't justify it into... Okay, honestly, I don't even like it into a lot of these Pokemon. Like it's not good into Pelipper, it's not good into Swampert, it's not good into Goldango, it's not good into Archaludon. And the Ceruledge, the Grimmsnarl has Foul Play, so Ceruledge is not good here. And then Metagross, like of course I can bring it, but I think into a lot of these Pokemon as well, it's not great as a primary. Like if it's not Mega-ing, it's not great. So this looks pretty difficult, to be honest. I do think they have to find the right Pokemon in the right order for it to be most scary. And I think that even if they do Goldango and Sinistcha in the lead, I can still get through it depending. But this is a matchup that becomes a lot easier if my Staraptor is allowed to get kind of off to the races. If the best thing I can see here is Grimmsnarl in the lead. If they end up trying to use Grimmsnarl early, it'll give me the chance that I need to start boosting up my Staraptor, which is, yeah, as I mentioned, very good. Yeah, it's just kind of tricky no matter which way you look at it. I suspect that they will lead with Goldango because it is one of their strongest Pokemon. Let's see if they do it with Sinistcha or not. It's Pelipper Goldango. That's a good lead from them. It's a very good lead from them. It's really difficult for me to do anything here because they can just attack with both Pokemon, which would obviously be bad for me. The Pelipper having Protect makes this really tough. So I can try doubling this Pelipper if I want with Moonblast, Mega Evolve, and Brave Bird. I think maybe I should just do this. They have to be aware of Charm. I think they probably have Sinistcha and one more in the back, maybe Swampert here. So why don't I just do the play that could win me the game on the spot? Let's see. We don't want to switch. We don't want to see switch to Archaludon here. That's where this is get really bad. Okay, they didn't switch. Well, it's still not great for me. my thought process here is basically if they go for Protect. Okay, they don't go for Protect, so I should get the KO here. And I was thinking if they go for Protect on this turn, then I can Encore next turn. Getting rid of Pelipper is an important first step here. I need to force them into their other Pokemon sooner rather than later in order to win this game. And here they can go for Make It Rain, but they will then drop to -2 special attack, and I have Roost as an option. And if they go for Nasty Plot, which is scary, then it's just bad. Yeah, that's just bad. The only good thing is that if they go for Make It Rain, they will drop their special attack back down, and I do have this Garchomp in the back as well, so it actually has Grimmsnarl coming in here, which is not what I expected. I'm tempted just to click Moonblast into Grimmsnarl here for some chip damage. So does my Staraptor survive Goldango Life Orb at +1? The odds are about 50-50. I'm down to go for a Side Charm in close combat here, because I can't afford to let them make that same play again. So I'm gonna Side Charm in close combat. This now gives me +2. This might be a mistake because, yeah, I just didn't want to let them go for another Nasty Plot here. And I think they might go for it based on how they're playing. Close Combat comes out. This should do good damage to Grimmsnarl that they should have trouble getting rid of. I'm now at +2. Oh, it's Shadow Ball. Okay, so I made half of the right play. That's good. That's good, I guess. So I'm at +2. They're at +2. I'm at -1 special defense, and I get a little. Okay, look, I have a little chip damage on this thing. So. Now what? Now, I think they want to go for Parting Shot. So here's my play. I'm going to switch to Farigiraf and go for a second close combat here and try and get to +2 special defense. This doesn't work if they just hard switch out, but I think they should want to go for Parting Shot here, realistically. I forgot. Oh, because now my Staraptor got boosted. So I have +2 attack, +1 special defense, but this Goldango is still a big problem. Let's see if they go for Parting Shot. Light Screen, actually. Okay, so I switched for maybe no reason. The nice thing is that I do now have +2 on my Staraptor, and that's a pretty big damage reduction on their end. Not as much as you might expect based on what I'm looking at here. Hello. This means that all damage in Goldengo is now permanent after this turn. It does make it rain, but they miss one of my wands. It is Staraptor. That's way more important here. Okay. Triggerf survives. Oh, okay. Now they're back to neutral. So now we kind of got a ball game on our hands. My Whimsicott's at Sash. That's not great. It depends on what the last Pokemon is here. It could be Swampert. I expect it to be Sinistcha. It's Swampert. Oh, okay. Like Garchomp will beat Goldengo eventually, right? But they have both screens up, so it's kind of difficult for me to get through. I need a little bit more chip probably before okay, I'll Thunderbolt here. Can I Roost? Is that allowed? I don't know. Hopefully. To do Mega Evolve. So Staraptor's at +2 and 3 of its stats, but I'm not faster than this Swampert, which is not ideal. We go for Protect. Okay, so I didn't even attack into this slot, right? So that's good for me, right? You know what? I bet I can go for, do you think Helping Hand? Wait, hang on a second. Do you think Helping Hand close combat at +2? Oh, they're at +2 again. That's not good. Okay, give me the para. Give me a cheeky para here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I can win this. I think I can win this because the rain's about to end. And they're at 64%, but if they attack again, they'll be at 54. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Helping Hand here, and I'm gonna go for close combat into the Swampert. Although, and this will likely cost me both Pokemon. However, the upside of doing this is that if I get this attack off into the Swampert, I could have, okay, if I get this attack off into Swampert, then Whimsicott can KO Swampert with Moonblast, and I'm hoping that Garchomp will KO Goldengo with Stomping Tantrum, because even if Swampert survives, it won't be by very much. But where this gets tricky is that if they crit me with, like, I give them a chance to crit me with Swampert on this turn. Oh, but they don't, okay, that's very good. Okay, Fergaraf goes down. That's very good. This Goldengo was a big problem. Who else think it? This Combat comes out. Mission KO. I have Helping Hand and +2. I get the Swampert. Okay, that's very good. I'm now at +3 special defense and defense. Not that it matters defense anymore. And they go for Make It Rain. This should KO. I'm +3. Maybe I'll survive. What have I been doing wrong? Why did I think that was going to do like a billion times more than it did? Going to Garchomp here. I don't think it really matters all that much. There's a case to be made for going into Whimsicott and going for like Charm plus Brave Bird or whatever. Let's just go for Stomping Tantrum plus Brave Bird here. Like I want to know how much +2 Brave Bird does in Reflect, right? Okay. 54 down to 19, so it did like 35%? Was it 54 or 57? I forget. I think 54. So in Reflect, +2 does like, yeah, 30, like a third. That's not that much. Okay, cool. Garchomp finishes it off with Stomping Tantrum. So it's tricky. Like I won this game, but keep in mind I got multiple, like I got turn 1 correct, and then I got turn 2 correct as well. And then I dodged to Make It Rain, and it was still like kind of close, right? I don't think I'm supposed to lead Whimsicott here. I think I need to lead Garchomp. I think I need to lead Garchomp, but I basically have to say like, hey, like you need to do something to protect your, like I need to threaten Goldengo on turn 1, basically is what I'm trying to say. I could bring Ceruledge. And the case to be made about Ceruledge is basically this is way worse than Pelipper, but it gives me another way of hitting this thing for super effective damage, which is real. Like I do need to hit this thing for super effective. What's Fergaraf doing? It's providing Helping Hand. I feel like I need more damage into Goldengo in the late game. I'm gonna bring Ceruledge here. It means that I'm a lot frailer versus like I have like a, I also give up my Trick Room option here, but I think this is probably okay. And I led badly. Okay, that's fine. Actually, wait, okay. It's not as bad as it looks. It's not as bad as it looks because what I can do here is I can go for a Brave Bird and Rock Slide, and I can go for a Flinch on Goldengo and get some chip damage down. And then I can go for Brave Bird and Stomping Tantrum on the second turn. Like this gives me the chance to get rid of the Sinistcha early, which is good. Although I guess they could go for Trick Room here as well, which would be bad for me. I'm gonna get Mega Evolved right away. We also know that this means that they left one of their Pokemon that they brought last game behind. My guess is they're leaving behind their Grimmsnarl, because screens were useful, but not that useful in the grand scheme of things, and it did just give me a target to close combat. Also, if I get rid of these two, then, okay. I mean, I kind of made the right play. It's this Cobra Berry that messes me up, because now I won't do any damage on this turn. Oh, my Ceruledge is too fast. Yeah, if Trick Room goes up here, I'm gonna have a bad time, I think. Brave Bird did a lot, but not quite enough. And with Whimsicott and Ceruledge in the back, my position is looking kind of dire. Here's Rock Slide. I hit. Okay, if I get the flinch here, I'm in really good shape. So I have a 30% chance of being in really good shape, but I have a 70% chance of being in quite bad shape. 30%. Okay, and I didn't bring Fergaraf this game. Okay, I have Ceruledge, who should be slow enough here that it's good for me. I'm gonna Stomping Tantrum the Goldengo here, force them to go for Rage Powder. Maybe I can get lucky with a read. Switch to Ceruledge. Like, I think to come back into this game, I need to get something right. Oh, please don't burn. Please don't burn. Please don't burn. No burn, no burn, no burn, no burn, no burn, no burn, no burn. Ow. No burn? I think that means they didn't burn, but are they Make It Raining? Oh, please survive. Please survive. Please survive. Oh, Garchomp is so good. Oh, if I get the KO here, we're back. Wait. We're almost back. We're almost back. But we're still gonna lose, right? I think I'm still losing, if you can believe it. I killed the Goldango, but now if Pelipper comes in, this Trick Room is just causing me so many problems. Like, I lose to Pelipper now. Oh man, I got through the worst Pokemon, like the hardest Pokemon on the team, but I can't get through the Pelipper now. Well, if I go into Staraptor, what happens? I force them to pick a target at least. If I go into Staraptor, I can at least protect both my Mons. They're both bad options. Like no matter, like Pelipper has to be coming in here, right? And is there anything I can do about that? Staraptor can protect itself, that's something. Okay. So the way that I win this game is to get multiple calls correct, basically. The first thing I need to do is call who's Pelipper targeting on this turn. I want to say Staraptor. I think Staraptor's like more dangerous for them. Swampert comes out. Okay, well, we know all the Mons. That's worth something, right? Okay, I was correct about that. So I get +1/+1 on my Ceruledge, which is good in theory. The problem is that even at +1/+1, I'm still dead to everything, right? I don't see how I could possibly win this. Not with 2 turns of Trick Room left. I'm close, but I don't think I'm gonna get there. Unless they make a defensive play this turn. Oh, they didn't Mega Evolve. That's really clever. No Mega Evolution for the Swampert here. Oh, Earthquake. Okay. I should have just attacked. That's my fault. That probably means they're Hurricaning this slot as well. Yeah, nice play. Yeah. Okay, is it still winnable? Probably not, right? I guess I needed Fergaroff to stop this specific situation. Okay, so what am I supposed to do here? I don't say I could win this. Okay, I'm gonna protect in Bulk Up, but I don't think it works. I think I need them to like really make the wrong play this turn. Like they need to do something like really horrific, like double this Staraptor here, basically, which they should never do because Hurricane will just like get the clean KO. I was thinking about like maybe going for Shadow Sneak. Oh, are they Weather Balling the slot? Yeah, they played really well. But it's okay because we have a game 3 to try and figure this out. But Ceruledge is Giga Dead. Yeah, this is tough. This combination of 4 Pokemon is really tough because it's hard for me to get through the Goldango. Like this game, I actually got through the Goldango and then it didn't even matter. The Pelipper is really difficult for me. I learned why I needed to bring out my Farigiraf though because of the Trick Room mode. See if I don't think I take this Wave Crash. Yeah, not without the Intimidate. So, okay, Farigiraf plus Staraptor kind of gives me tools into the rain mode regardless of whether or not they get Trick Room up. And I don't think Metagross helps me here because it doesn't change, like it's the fact that they have both rain and also Koba Berry. Like they've got perfect defenses for what I have on offense for the Sinisha. We learned a lesson there, right? We learned that we're not allowed to leave Farigiraf behind in case that happens. I think we should do the same lead again. This is our best chance of punishing a poor lead from their end. The question is, do we bring Whimsicott as the last? Because it's terrible into Goldango. And it also can't protect itself, which means it's bad into Trick Room, but I still think it's probably correct here because like Ceruledge is never going to be able to do anything against the Rain Mons. Whimsicott can Charm Swampert and it can also give my Staraptor a boost. So I think we're going to run it back here with the same lead, but with Whimsicott and Farigiraf in the back. And it's also the double ghost types because if it was only one ghost type, I could race them with close combat and just like make myself tankier. But the fact that I can't make myself tankier in front of the Sinisha makes this really hard. What I'm doing here, by the way, is poor practice in that I've got 2 support Mons in the back, meaning that if something happens to my offense up front, like if they just click Make It Rain turn 1, I immediately end up kind of in an awkward position. Sinisha Goldango again. Okay, so what's a girl to do against this? So what's the game plan here? We have to find a way through this Goldango for sure. I'm tempted to go Brave Bird here and Stomping Tantrum and split the targets. They're likely to just protect again is the problem. Like last time I hard read the protect. And so basically my thought process is that if they're nervous about it and they like basically this play, even though it's unlikely to work because they're likely to just protect Goldango here or go for Rage Powder, if I get this play correct, I have the opportunity to potentially win the game. And with Farigiraf in the back, I'm a little bit less scared about Trick Room going up, though it is still obviously very threatening for me. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. I could have gone for Rock Slide again, which again gives me that nice 45 or like 30% chance to get the, like just win the game on the spot. But yeah, I think this is a bad turn 1 for me, but not like irrecoverable. 56 or 46% this time. So in the long run, I believe that my goal here is to clear Sinistra and then eventually win with Garchomp plus Whimsicott. So I'm gonna go for Brave Bird here and switch to Farigiraf because I think that last game I just went for the Stomping Tantrum, right? And unfortunately this Garchomp is kind of all I have to get through the Goldango, so I do need to preserve it here. Honestly, if I were them, I would go for the play I expect here is Rage Powder and, they didn't switch, okay. But they could Protect. But since I Stomping the last time and I was shown to survive, I don't think they'll actually have more health compared to last time. That is a crazy play. Oh, that is not good for me. Okay, that's good for me. That's good for me. How does my Staraptor take this? Honestly, pretty well. Honestly, pretty well. They're -2. They lose some health. Okay. So now what? I can Protect, which denies Trick Room from going up a second time. That's one option. Because Psychic is not going to do very much damage here. I now have no offensive pressure versus Goldango. I don't think I'm allowed to let Staraptor go down here, unfortunately. Like, they're probably just going to go for Nasty Plot, right? It's Brave Bird and reverse the Trick Room. Oh, no, end of time. I think they're just going to attack with both and I'll lose Staraptor. Which should be bad. Really bad. Okay. Please don't burn my... Okay. I think I'm losing this. All right. I don't know if I can win anymore, folks. That's a pretty bad turn. Okay, I made the right play. I made the perfect play and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because I got, oh my God, because this happened. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I just don't think I have the resources left anymore to win. If I'd gotten Sinistra there, the game is totally different in my opinion. Oh, and oh my God. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's just really bad. Is there any way to win this? I don't think so, not with double burn. I think actually even single burn I was okay. I think with double burn, it might be too difficult. This is already a hard matchup, and yeah, you can just see, like my Garchomp hasn't technically taken damage. Oh, this is so tough. Okay. I just don't know if I can beat the Rain Mons anymore. Do you think Helping Hand Rock Slide gets Sinistra? My gut is yes. So I'm gonna do Helping Hand Rock Slide here because I think that in order to win this, I need something to go my way. And currently nothing is going my way, but I think given that Swampert is likely in the back, yeah, with Swampert likely in the back, I think without Staraptor and with Sinistra still alive, I just can't see a world where I win this. But now I got nothing. Okay, here's Helping Hand. I'm going for Rock Slide here because I'm hoping that it KOs Sinistra and I'm hoping that it flinches Goldango. I go for Rage Powder. So if I get the flinch, like I've given myself, again, a 30% chance, assuming I hit on both. Okay, I hit both. Please get the KO. I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do about this. Okay, maybe I got the flinch. Okay. It's not much, but it's something. Protect plus Psychic. I'm gonna sack Farigiraf here and try to win the game with what I have left. Okay, the danger there was Protect, or the real danger there was Make It Rain Trick Room. Okay, Make It Rain is fine. We're sacking off our Garchomp here, or our Farigiraf here. That's fine. We're gonna play down 2 against 4. Okay, actually, I can see a narrow way to victory. A very, very narrow way to victory, because at -2, Ice Punch actually will not KO my Garchomp, even after 3 turns of Life Orb Tick. I mean, I'm threatening Moonblast plus Stomping Tantrum, right, to get the double KO. I think I need to call Goldango Protecting, so I'll go for Tailwind Rock Slide and hedge a little bit. Whatever, I'm gonna go for Rock Slide and Tailwind here, because I think I need Tailwind up before Swampert comes in. I think I need to take no damage on this turn. Wrong play. I could have gone for Moonblast plus Stomping Tantrum here. I figured if that happened and they got into their last 2 Pokemon, I was gonna lose anyway. So I thought this play was better, but I might be wrong. Anyway, if we get the flinch again, we have a small chance to win, but the odds are just already so not in my favor. Flinch, hit both, okay. -2, but it's not gonna matter here. Yeah, I just don't have the health left anymore, unfortunately. I could have taken both there, but I thought that I was gonna run out of turns, basically. But I don't think I was winning, assuming it's Swampert in the back and Pelipper. Like, I think it was always a losing position. It's Swampert, okay. What are the odds that I can win this? Feels like 0%. Maybe they'll switch Goldango out into, okay, yeah. Yeah, they played really well. They figured out why the matchup was difficult and they really pushed it. Yeah, I could have done slightly better, I think, but it was just a difficult matchup, I think, with the tools that I had. And I think the double burn really, really hurt me there. I mean, min roll should be 17%, so this should get it, but also like I need to I need to hit both and then I need to KO Goldango. I don't even come close. I guess they're bulky. And okay, now I need the double flinch. I need the double flinch on this turn. If either Pokemon attacks, it's over. So not very likely for me to win. Oh, I got the wrong one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, GG, they played really well. Yeah, no complaints on my side, but I gotta step it up for sure. It was a really difficult matchup. I think the specific combination of Rain plus that Sinistra with Cobra Berry of all things, plus the Goldango just made it so difficult. But I think that I learned a lot from this. I feel like I have a better understanding of this type of matchup going forward. So if I play it again, I feel like I'll know what to do, or at least have a better idea. I think the biggest issue is that I lost game 2. Well, there were 2 issues. The first is that I got double burned on Machagacha, and the second is that game 2 I brought Ledge when I probably needed Frigoraph. So yeah, GG's. We will hopefully bounce back in round number 3. Alrighty, folks, we are here with round number 3, and we're up against another rain team. Although this one is a little bit different than the last in that it does have a lot of the same Pokemon, but it doesn't have Goldango. One interesting thing here, though, is that this team has Sableye, and the Sableye has Skill Swap. And so what that means is that this Sableye could, in theory, take away our Contrary and turn our Charm against us. So we have to be careful about that. That being said, I don't think I think it's a much more straightforward matchup than the last one. I think these 4 Pokemon honestly look pretty good. The real goal here, they do have double ghost types, so I have to watch out for that. But yeah, the real goal in my mind is to find a way for our Staraptor to just get fully online. This is a matchup where if Staraptor gets set up, it's really hard for them to break. The nice thing is that I think that even if I am not able to get a charm off of my Staraptor, as long as I get a couple defense boosts, it's still really hard for them. Yeah, the Sable actually does not have Rain Dance either, which is quite good for me. It is Rosalie Berry, so I have to watch out because I won't be able to get through the Sableye with just my Whimsicott. But yeah, just keeping in mind that they have this skill swap, I think will serve as well. There's actually a world where I let them skill swap me, funnily enough, but we're not talking about that just yet. We're gonna go into Whimsicott and Staraptor to start this battle, and we have to make a choice immediately. The choice is we can either go for close combat into Swampert and switch to Frigoraph, or because they're going to skill swap on this turn, right? Or we can protect and Moonblast. Basically, if we think they're going to protect, then we should go for protect and Moonblast. I think they shouldn't protect here because then they should be worried about Encore, right? So I'm just going to switch Mega Evolve in close combat and see what they want to do. They could have Sinistcha in the back. They probably have Pelipper. It's their only way of getting the weather up. So let's see what they go for here. The worst case scenario is like protect plus reflect here. That would be bad, but yeah, if they do something else, then that's okay. The nice thing is the Sableye actually doesn't have any damaging moves, so once it's set up Reflect and Light Screen, it can't actually do anything else. It's also not Light Clay. Okay, they do Mega Evolve here. I would expect this to be Skill Swap plus Ice Punch. Oh, wait a second, I'm faster. My Whimsicott is faster. I could have Charmed first. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, nice. We still block it. Okay, cool. And now we get +1 defense, which is awesome. And we do damage to Swampert as well, which is also awesome. Actually, a lot of damage. Who else think it? They go for Ice Punch into my Raptor, actually. Okay. Oh, because if I lowered my defenses, that would have done quite a lot of damage, but I didn't lower my defenses. I was sneaky. Okay, Whimsicott's out. Okay, they protect. Now I can Encore this if I want, which is nice. This should be Reflect on this turn, I think. Okay, that's fine. So now I have Encore available if I want it. I can also Charm myself on this turn. I honestly don't hate go back to Frigoraph in close combat again. Like, I think I could use some more boosts, right? Although if I was gonna do this, then it begs the question, why did I even switch in the first place? Yeah, that play, this sequence doesn't make much sense because I could have just Thunderbolted the last turn and roosted. Anyway, let's see what they do here. This should be either Pelipper or the last one. It is Pelipper. Okay, so this is good because I do get some damage on it, which is nice. It's Damp Rock, so it has 8 turns of rain here. They go for another skill swap. Yeah, I probably should have just Charmed. I think if I Charmed, I could have run away with the game, but yeah, it's fine. We get another defense boost here. It's good. 20% is honestly fine. This Pelipper has Protect, which is a little annoying, but that's okay. I have access to Thunderbolt on this turn into Pelipper. Thunderbolt plus close combat seems pretty decent to me. I go to +3 special defense. I could also just Roost in case I'm gonna Roost because they should switch here, right? Sableye should switch. It has nothing left to do. Switch Sableye out. There should be Swampert coming back in. Okay. And this thing should protect itself. Okay, and now we go back to full. That's good for us. That's very good for us. So we're doing okay here, I would say. I'm +2 defense and special defense on the Staraptor, which is nice. I wonder if I should Trick Room here. They don't have Light Screen up. Thunderbolt should do the KO after the chip damage already. I kind of like Thunderbolt plus Protect here. Yeah, I'll do Thunderbolt plus Protect. They can't protect themselves, so okay. They either have to knock out my Frigoraph this turn, which is good in theory, or they have to give up their Pelipper, I think. Let's see what they go for here. It is Wave Crash and Hurricane. They double Staraptor. This is one of the things about Staraptor is it actually applies a lot of pressure because like if you allow it to keep, let's say they ignored it this turn and they made the read that Frigoraph was going to attack. Well, that's all well and good, but you have to consider the fact that like every turn you ignore Staraptor, it gets more chances to get defense boosts, right? And if you give it enough defense boosts, it will run away with the game. So the question is, what's the last Pokemon here? Could be, okay, just our Chaladon. That's the worst of the 2 options for me, but it's still not terrible. I have Helping Hand Close Combat available to me, but I don't know how good that is because I don't think it gets the KO. Yeah, it won't get the KO here. So I think my best play then is to go for a switch to Whimsicott and Close Combat. Oh, they have Reflect up as well. Okay, no. My actual play here is switch to Whimsicott and click Roost. Yeah. This is what I do. Okay, because they should Wave Crash into my Staraptor here. Okay, please Wave Crash Staraptor. Okay. And as long as I don't get crit here, what'll happen is I'll take a lot of damage, about half my health, okay? Lose half my health. I do recoil to Swampert. That wasn't really part of the plan, but that's fine. Or like, that's not what I was doing this for. I roost, I go back to full HP, but I lose my flying typing for the turn. And now that they go for Electro Shot, which is scary, what this means effectively is that I'm not weak to it on this turn and this turn alone. And the reason why that matters is because I just predicted last turn, so this kind of lets me stall for a turn, but it also lets me get Whimsicott out. And I'm still out of range of Swampert, if you can believe it, as Reflect ends, which I did not think about, but I'm happy for. And so what this allows me to do this turn is go for the side charm now that Whimsicott is out, and the close combat. And the reason this is good is because now with no Reflect and with my, doubled attack stat, I threaten a clean KO on this Archaludon, unless they freeze me, but they go after the Whimsicott, fearing something like Protect plus Tailwind here, which could have happened, except I went for the side charm. And now Staraptor at +2 attack, +2 defense, +2 special defense, close combat, cleanly knocks out the Archaludon. And now it's all down to Swampert, who I don't think is going to be able to do this, folks. Swampert is in the rain, but Whimsicott is still alive. And yeah, they forfeit. Yeah, that's a 4-0. Yeah, Staraptor really got out of hand there. And you can see one of the weaknesses of Sableye, especially if it doesn't have any damaging moves, in that with Farigiraf on my team, I was able to fully kind of nullify its damage threat there. That being said, this is not like super easy in my opinion. Like my Staraptor is really strong, but I have to be careful to get it like going fast enough, because if I let them get out of control, then it's just too hard for me. So this game, I will remember that I can charm once before I need to bring in Farigiraf, like that. Because if the speed order is different, like let's say Sableye are faster, then I would skill swap they would skill swap me, then I would charm, and then I would go to -2 attack. But here I actually stay at +2. I think I'm just gonna run it back. I feel like if there's one lesson I learned from the last time, it's that I can't really, like, I shouldn't be greedy with Farigiraf. And we didn't end up needing Garchomp in the last game, but I still think it's like good that we had it. It's a nice damage threat, alternatively from Whimsicott and Farigiraf, so that's good. Let's see what they do here. The real question in my mind is, are they gonna bring Sableye again? Because it wasn't very good in that last game, but it's not like it can't be good. It just like didn't happen to be good there. Swampert or Archaludon are the leads. So this is honestly okay because of the fact that I have the side charm plus close combat play. Did that rhyme? Not on purpose. And also because Swampert's at -1. So like, for example, they can go for something like switch to Pelipper, right? And go for a Wave Crash. But because of the -1, it won't do as much damage as they would like. I then get to +2. Oh, okay, interesting. So here, if they protect Archaludon, I have the option to charm next turn. And if they attack with Archaludon, they're dead. So Swampert is Mega Evolved, but it is at -1. In the best case scenario, they let me get this charm and this close combat off. And I am in a spot where it looks pretty good for me. They protect. Nice play. As I go for charm here. Oh, but you know what I can do next turn? Now I'm +2. I can charm the Swampert. A close combat, it does nothing. It's blocked. They go for Wave Crash. Okay. Nice play. Should do not that much. Does a lot of damage, actually. I guess I have to be careful here, because if I'm not careful, I'll just get completely blown up. So, okay, what I'd like to do here is go for close combat into the Swampert and encore into the Archaludon, but if Pelipper comes in, my life becomes somewhat difficult. So this is so obvious what they're gonna do. Oh, not what I expected. Okay, Swampert's -3 now, which is very good for me. And my Staraptor's at +2, and I've dealt with this. And I've dealt with this Archaludon, who is a threat to my team, right? Let's see what they go for here. Also, I want to say that the Wave Crash damage is non-trivial. I actually do need the Wave Crash damage here. They go for Ice Punch into my Whimsicott, so I'm still healthy. I still did a lot even at -3. No freeze is lucky. It is Pelipper, but I'm at +2, so there's no way they live this, right? What I'll do here is I'll go for Brave Bird into the Pelipper slot and Tailwind, I think. Oh, they protect Swampert. Oh, that is not good for them. They need to survive this Brave Bird, but it's pretty unlikely depending on it. Like, it's possible. It is possible, I should say. I now have Tailwind up, so I'm now faster than everything. I'm still +1 on both defenses, but if Pelipper attacks here, I will go down. Brave Bird comes out into the correct slot. Pelipper's going to take this not well enough. Pelipper goes down. Critical hit, I really don't think mattered. Like, I'm looking at the numbers here. And the min roll on max HP Pelipper is 110%. And they forfeit. Yeah, that's the danger of Staraptor, is that they let it kind of get going in both games, one more offensively, one more defensively, and then there was just not much that they could do. So yeah, if you let Staraptor get going, it's just very difficult to stop. So glad to have kind of turned it around versus that rain team. GG to my opponent. And yeah, we'll have to see what we play next round. Maybe it'll be more rain. Okay, I am here in round 4, and we're going up against a very unusual team that has actually again skill swap Sableye, though this one is a bit more threatening because it has Foul Play and Will-O-Wisp. So I can't just rely on like Charm, for example, against it. I have to be very, very careful to shut this thing down. And it can also use Foul Play. So unlike the last one we played, yeah, like they have multiple ways of doing damage. This team also has 2 other ghost type Pokemon, making my close combat Staraptor actually pretty suspect here. So we do have to be very mindful of that. That being said, my Metagross looks pretty good here. It's good into all 3 of the ghosts. Well, it's not good into Sableye, but it's good into the other 2 ghost types. It's good into Aerodactyl. It's good into Sneasler in theory. So I think our game plan has to be around these 3 Pokemon: Metagross, Farigiraf, Whimsicott. And then the last one, like I can do Ceruledge here, but it's pretty bad into Goldengo, I guess. It's like, it's not terrible into Goldengo. I think my plan in game 1 is to do these 4 Pokemon in this order. And then maybe in game 2, we think about, I think we can do Ceruledge here, but I think we shouldn't start with it because the Hydreigon is pretty spooky. So let's give this a shot. Ceruledge honestly looks really good here. I just need to find a way through the Goldengo, really. How much does Goldengo take from my Ceruledge Shadow Sneak? If I get to +1 and a Helping Hand, I might KO, but maybe not. Okay, they go Hydreigon plus Frostlass here. I think that's a pretty good lead for me, to be honest. Like, I get to go for Tailwind here for free, and there aren't that many Pokemon on this team that can take an Iron Head. So I kind of like Mega Evolve an Iron Head here. Do you think Frostlass survives? Nope, doesn't survive. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it then. I'm just gonna click Tailwind and Mega Evolve an Iron Head here. They can switch, but oh man, okay. Oh man. Ah man, okay, that's fine. Actually, you know, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. The Hydreigon could go for Flamethrower, but yeah, like because I have my Whimsicott in the back, my Moonblast, or my Farigiraf in the back, I'm not worried about Fake Out. And getting damage on the Sableye is actually like pretty important, all things considered. I do need to be very careful though, because if I lose my Whimsicott, I might have trouble. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Hello. Dark Pulse? Okay, nice. Great. If I lose my Whimsicott, I may have some trouble versus the, like, oh wait, is it Whimsicott I need to watch out for, or is it Metagross? Hang on, I might have made a mistake. I'm not sure this play is very good, to be honest. Like, they could go for Fake Out plus Dark Pulse and then I'd be okay, but because I don't have Ceruledge on the back, this late game Frostlass is actually looking pretty dangerous. Yeah, actually, I think I might have made a mistake here. Farigiraf is gonna come in, but I'm not in good shape anymore. And they switch out. Okay, they really got me this turn. Sneasler. Okay, that is good though, because that means that I get to break the Sash here, and they go for Will-O-Wisp. So that's also good for me. So I cannot use Will-O-Wisp. So my Whimsicott's looking very strong, which is good. Damage here. So I have a safe Moonblast into the Sableye. And I can Psychic into the Sneasler, though I'm unlikely to be, I'm almost guaranteed slower than it. I'm gonna Moonblast and Psychic here. Okay, cool. This should KO the Sableye. I should get both, okay, I should get both KOs this turn. Is it Dire Claw? It is. So this is Unburdened Sneasler. So basically the way that they win this is they need to go for Dire Claw and they need to get specifically Para or Sleep probably on my Whimsicott, and then they can maybe win. They go for the Dire Claw. Poison is okay. We just need to avoid Para and Sleep here. Sash. It's not Poison Touch. Come on. Okay, that's not good. That's really bad. That is really, really bad because now, okay, now I can't get a second Tailwind out. There's this thing of, oh, it doesn't have Snarl though. Okay. I've lost. I've most likely lost now. I have to make a call basically about whether or not they're going to Dark Pulse my Farigiraf or my Whimsicott. Hopefully they go for the Dark Pulse into my Whimsicott. They're probably gonna go after Farig, right? It was just too risky. I also think I might take a Dark Pulse into, I made the wrong play. Oh, I might, oh wait, I'm super specially bulky. Okay, as long as I don't flinch, I might still have this. There's still a chance. Whimsicott moves next, takes out the Hydreigon. Okay, I definitely live a Blizzard. What am I saying? I definitely live Blizzard. So the question is, does my Farigiraf set Trick Room up? Or do I get the flinch or the freeze? Frostlass uses Blizzard, 114 out of 30. My Farigiraf barely survives, so they needed the Para in the first place. Now they need a freeze that don't get it, I don't think. Do they get the flinch here? Okay, Trick Room goes up. So here's the thing. It is in theory possible that this Frostlass is still faster than me inside Trick Room, and I have no way of telling right now. So I go into Metagross. Like my Metagross is Adamant Nature and pretty slow. It's only barely faster than Modest, Floette, and Adamant Garchomp. So it should be slower than this Frostlass, but if they're really slow, like we don't know for sure. Here's Psychic. Does good damage. That looks pretty frail. That's gotta be a crit, right? Okay, okay, confirmed. This is what I suspected. This is part of the reason why I chose to make Metagross this speed, is because I figured I would be better off here. I'm thinking maybe I should bring Ceruledge this game instead of Garchomp, because Garchomp is better. But the thing is, if I bring Ceruledge, I'm a lot weaker into the Hydreigon. Like the only thing I have for Hydreigon if I bring Ceruledge is my Whimsicott. It's pretty tough, right? Like it's a really difficult choice, because if I bring Hydreigon, then I'm bringing 3 Pokemon weak to Dark. Sorry, if I bring Ceruledge, then I'm bringing 3 Pokemon weak to Dark. I don't think I'm supposed to bring my Staraptor here. You know, I like Staraptor a lot. Okay, what if I led these two. And then in the back, I had Farigiraf and Metagross. And basically this way, I can get the early game more online in my favor, right? Let's try this. Because Sableye honestly doesn't frighten me that much because I have Bulk Up. I don't have Encore, right? It's Fake Out, Will-O-Wisp, Foul Play, Skill Swap. I still have Frostlass with it, or I still have, not Frostlass, what's it called? I still have Whimsicott with this. Do you think Ceruledge gets Frostlass Mega? Depends on how it's trained. Aerodactyl Hydreigon. So if I led with Metagross again, I'd be in exceptional shape. But with this, I now have no berry and I'm dead. That sucks. Let's go Tailwind here. They're probably gonna go for Dual Wing Beat, right? Or Mega Aerodactyl. I guess I have to go for this and Protect. I think this is not good for me. Okay, no Mega from Aerodactyl. So my Whimsicott could survive a Dual Wing Beat, maybe? I have no idea. Not familiar enough with this Pokemon. Oh, it's Adamant Aerodactyl. Oh my God. Oh wait, they can miss Dual Wing Beat. Go for Dark Pulse, that's fine. I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible. They Tailwind. Oh, okay, they Tailwind. All right, that's interesting. So I don't have a switch into this Hydreigon, which is bad, but I can Encore here and go for Bitter Blade, I think. And this covers most switches. So if they switch out, then I get my Colbur Berry, which is good. And if they stay in, I trap them in. Okay, it's not terrible, actually. Aerodactyl gets Encore. I feel like Whimsicott is my most important Pokemon in this matchup. And so being able to... Oh, into my Whimsicott. Oh, and my Ceruledge actually makes it to the turn. That's good. That does a lot of damage, by the way. Who else think it? Tailwind comes out again. I go for Bitter Blade. I think I'm just supposed to Bitter Blade that slot again, by the way. That did a lot of damage. Ceruledge is quite powerful. Let's go for a Moonblast here, and let's just Bitter Blade again. This gives me a chance of potentially doing a lot of damage. Nothing on this team except for the two Pokemon on the field want to take a Bitter Blade. And if Aerodactyl switches out, now I have my Colbur Berry again, so I'm no longer worried about... Nice, this breaks the Focus Sash. That's very good. Dark Pulse, but I have Colbur Berry. Of course, it should be worth... Like, it can be said here that, like, if they get the... flinch here, I'm in kind of bad shape. But regardless, I get rid of this Hydreigon, which was one of the bigger threats to my Metagross. So it's kind of okay. It's not like great regardless, but it's kind of okay regardless. Moonblast comes out, drops Hydreigon out of contention of being alive. Hydreigon goes down. That's one of the bigger threats to our team. Ceruledge has a chance to attack. It's not guaranteed, but it's not guaranteed. Bitter Blade comes out. That is huge for us. Dropping Sneasler down to 24%. That's basically zero. Ceruledge heals back up. I still have unrevealed Metagross in the back, who's looking really strong. Remember last game that we were able to turn this game around in the end using... Oh, that's nice. We were able to turn this game around in the end using the power of friendship and love and mostly Farigiraf. I'm gonna Shadow Sneak, right? Because this at worst trades 1-for-1. Okay, Charm comes out. Aerodactyl's now at -2. One thing, by the way, you may notice is that this Aerodactyl has not Mega Evolved, despite having 3 chances now to do it. At first, you could justify not Mega Evolving just to deal with the Colbur Berry. Now this gives us some insight into who the last Pokemon on this team is, but Aerodactyl's now at -2 attack for the rest of the game. Goes for a Rock Slide, actually misses my Ceruledge. Ceruledge continuing to be just a huge thorn on my opponent's side. Whimsicott didn't take a little damage, but thanks to the Charm, Aerodactyl not doing much here at all as both Tailwinds end, but this actually favors me because with Whimsicott still alive, I'm able to go for a second Tailwind as Frostlass, the last unrevealed Pokemon, hits the field. And Frostlass is a very dangerous Pokemon, but it's having trouble with the Ceruledge here. We can go for Tailwind, we can go for Bitter Blade, and we have Metagross and Farigiraf still in the wings. If they don't match our Tailwind, we will win the game with Metagross. If they do match our Tailwind, they need to KO us this turn, or else they're going to get Encored. And even if both Tailwinds go up, they have to be very careful because Farigiraf can set Trick Room and turn their Tailwind against them. So it's looking pretty tough for them from here. We still have full HP Metagross in the back. Metagross only has to worry about Shadow Ball. It will never go down compared to this, like the Rock Slides or Dual Wing Beats from Aerodactyl. Let's see here. We're going for Tailwind. Aerodactyl's stuck at -2 attack, but this Tailwind allows Ceruledge to be the next Pokemon to move. Bitter Blade has a chance to KO Frostlass here. Bitter Blade comes out, picks up the 1-hit KO. Frostlass goes down in 1 hit. Ceruledge, a very powerful Pokemon. No critical hit needed. Ceruledge back to full HP. Took a Dark Pulse, and that was just about it. Tailwind comes out. This Aerodactyl, unfortunately, will be locked into Tailwind at the end of the game. This Charm Whimsicott really bullying this poor Aerodactyl, and with that, we're going to win Game 2 and round number, what round is it? 4? Yeah, round 4. Alrighty. Yeah, that was a bit of a scary matchup because Staraptor wasn't very good, but I feel like we found our way through it. So I feel good about that. Yeah, ghost type Pokemon. I'm surprised to have played against 2 skill swap Sableye. Not something I was really thinking about when building this team, but yeah, we got around them one way or another. Okay, I'm here with round 5. So the way that the team sheet error from round 1 was resolved is that I have to tell each opponent at the start that I'm using the move that I'm using. So like, yeah, I've been telling everybody like, yes, like this is the situation. I have Stomping Tangent, Guard, Trump, not Earthquake. Everyone else has been like, fine, but this opponent is like, is the stomping allowed though? And I said, yes, it's stomping in game. The team sheet is wrong. And they said, then you should match the team sheet. And I said, you can't update the team sheet once the tour has started. The judges told me to tell each opponent at the start of each round, trying to explain the situation. They said, update your team is what I meant. It's like, okay, I'm using Stomping Tantrum. So this is new. This person does not want to accept my Stomping Tantrum Garchomp, who I think is actually worse for me here. This is a very unusual team. The Maushold looks like it could be a problem. It has Taunt and Follow Me and Protect and Babby Doll Eyes with Citrus Berry. It's going to be very bulky. I think this is a matchup where my Ceruledge goes kind of dummy. It's very good into basically everything. I have to watch out for the Delphox though. So I think my plan here is basically Whimsicott Garchomp up front with Ceruledge in the back and then one of my Megas. God, honestly, all my Pokemon are good here. Farigiraf is nice for Trick Room option. I don't think I need that, right? Okay, here's the thing. If Ceruledge is kind of like my Mega this game, oh, it's Modest Flood. Why don't I bring Metagross here? Metagross is so bad into, Metagross is pretty bad into Delphox. Okay, game 1 I do Metagross, so that game 2 I can bring Staraptor, because like I need to bully them out of bringing Floette, basically. Let's try this. Basically, this lead could be bad if they lead with something like Floette plus Whimsicott, so I need to bully them off. Also, I can't show, I don't think I'm not even supposed to be talking about this probably, but if you see me looking down, we're testing a new smaller version of the notebook, so I'm testing it here to make sure that it works. Maushold Delphox, great, this is what I thought. This is what I expected. Because what this allows me to do is just go for a cheeky, oh, right, but this doesn't actually work, right? Let's just go Tailwind plus Rock Slide. This Delphox does not have any healing. So even though this might be protected Babby Doll Eyes, I want to get Tailwind up so that my Ceruledge becomes stronger, I think. Okay, so Delphox is going to Mega Evolve right away. That's good for me. It has Protect, Nasty Plot, Heat Wave, and Psyshock. Okay, no Protect here, which means I get a Rock Slide off. It should be Babby Doll Eyes, probably. It is Babby Doll Eyes, so my Garchomp's at -1. It's bad. Is it Friendguard? It is. I hit Rock Slide, that's great. If I get the flinch here, I'm in good shape. That did nothing. My God, that did nothing. Okay, hang on. This might be worse than I thought. I go for Nasty Plot. I think it's okay. It's just not great for me. The Babby Doll Eyes actually is kind of annoying here, because I imagine they'll go for another one this turn. Let's switch out into my Ceruledge and go for another Rock Slide here. The problem is that this Babby Doll Eyes has priority, and this Maushold has Friendguard. So actually, I don't have great ways through this Maushold now that I look at it. I wonder if I'm supposed to go for like, I might need to do something different in game 2. But let's see. Ceruledge coming out here is good. They go for Follow Me, actually. So that's great, because now they're at range of another Rock Slide. That's really good for me. I missed. Maushold. Oh my God, Garchomp. Okay, surely this is Heat Wave. Surely this is Heat Wave. Oh, they were at Encore. And it's Psyshock. Okay, all right, okay. I live, I die. Oh, I'm so, okay, it's fine. We'll go into Metagross here. We're gonna have to 1v9. It's maybe okay. It's looking kind of bad. Because I think the Rotom's in the back, right? So I'll go for Bulk Up here, Mega Evolve, and Iron Head. That's my strongest move, right? Is Psychic Fang stronger than Iron Head? Hold on. Psychic Fang is a lot stronger. I don't even know if this will KO. Oh, that was a really, really bad miss. Really bad miss. Okay, it's maybe okay, but it's looking kind of bad. Then the only nice thing here is that if they go for Heat Wave, they do power up my Ceruledge. This is turn 3. They Babby Doll Eyes into my Metagross, actually getting the read correct there. That's pretty crazy. Okay, Psychic Fangs comes out, 67 out of 25. I actually don't think that would have made the difference. How am I breaking through this Maushold? Who knows? Ceruledge is +1 now. Are they going for Heat Wave here, or are they going for something else? They Psyshock. Okay, that's probably fine. That's not fine. I mean, the cheekiest move here is Shadow Sneak here and Switch. I think I have to make a play that could potentially win me the game. I might not see the back mons. I have to maybe get this call correct. Protect from Maushold. That means Delphox is not protecting. Hold on a second. Oh, I get the call correct. Shadow Sneak comes out here. And I get the KO. Okay. There's a chance I can win. Not a very high chance, but there is a small chance. It's Wide Lens Rotom, so it'll probably get the KO here if it's in the back. I can Encore the Maushold into Protect, which would be good. Whimsicott comes out. Okay, so let's just Encore the Maushold and Shadow Sneak. Oh, what if their last one is Serena though? I guess if the last one is Serena, I've guaranteed to win, right? Shadow Sneak here and Encore. Because if they have Serena in the back, I don't see how they ever get through Metagross. Nice play. Okay, that's fine. It is Serena, so I know this looks bad. I don't see how they ever beat Metagross now though. Okay, that's fine. Probably. Yeah, because how are they beating Metagross? I don't know. We can go for Tailwind, we'll be faster. Yeah, they did lock my Ceruledge out of attacking on this turn, but I can just switch out. I don't care that I lose my boost, right? This is Scarf Serena, so it'll do some good damage, but we can go for Tailwind here. Yeah, by beating the Delphox, we've put ourselves in a spot where it's not so easy for them anymore, right? Here's Tailwind. They could Encore us, like, reading it, but yeah, like, the thing is, no matter what they lock into here, it's kind of difficult for them. They go for Low Kick. They do make the read, and they get it right. That actually does good damage. Maybe I shouldn't have been disrespectful towards this thing. And they Moonblast me here as well. But here's the thing, folks. Now they're in really bad shape, because now I have a pin. Okay, it's not a full pin. Why don't I switch back to Ceruledge? This is still fine. Dang, I thought I had a really, really good move, but I only have a decent, like, pretty good move. Okay. This is turn 2 of Tailwind, because they should Encore me this turn to stop it. Oh my god, I had the win. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. 95 down to 52, okay. My Metagross might be faster than this Whimsicott. It's not super easy to say, but they don't have damage anymore. They just straight up do not have the damage to win this game, I think. At best, they have damage to get through my Metagross, but then they can't beat Ceruledge. So I'm an Iron Head here. I know Metagross may go down to another double up. Whimsicott only has Moonblast, and I'm about to heal a ton from Bitter Blade. And if I KO Whimsicott, then even if Serena were to make it through the turn, it couldn't do any more damage. So by going for Bitter Blade here, I basically, let's see here. I survive. Let's see who's faster between their Whimsicott and my Metagross. My Metagross is faster. This Maushold is a very annoying support Pokemon. Follow Me, Protect, Babydoll Eyes, Taunt. Does not actually have a way to, do damage. So Ceruledge here KOing Serena, that's their last form of damage on the team. When Delphox went down, Ceruledge became very threatening for them. You can see why. And now it's looking a lot better. I think let's try something with Farigiraf. Farigiraf is really good into this Maushold. I have Helping Hand plus Rock Slide. That should be worth something, right? Like they can taunt me and the Delphox is faster. So if -1 Rock Slide did 33%, then through Frengar, the neutral would do like 50, right? So Helping Hand would do 75. I don't think that's enough damage. So okay, I can lead Ceruledge. I could do Ceruledge, Garchomp, Farigiraf, or should I do Staraptor? Like I'm not so worried about the Floette with this, right? That's basically the theory here, is that I don't really care about Floette. But Metagross isn't even bad in a Rotom. Let's try Metagross. Okay, same lead. I think this makes sense. It was pretty good last time. I could try going for Shadow Sneak plus Bulk Up here if I wanted, or Shadow Sneak plus Rock Slide, which has decent potential. I kind of like Bulk Up plus Rock Slide and basically saying like, okay, like you have to choose something here. Either you give me full power Rock Slide, or you give me, I guess the worst case scenario is Taunt here from Maushold into my Ceruledge. I'm gonna Mega Evolve right away. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. That's really what I was hoping for, because now I get to +1/+1. They go for +2. So they're +2, but my Ceruledge is +1/+1. And as long as I hit this Rock Slide, that should be pretty good for me. Okay, I hit both. That's great. I can crit. That's okay. Crits are kind of overrated. And this allows me to go for a Bulk Up here. And now I'm going to go for a Bitter Blade into the Maushold, and I'm going to switch to Farigiraf. Anyway, Garchomp switching out here. I feel pretty good about Farigiraf in this position because if they want to go for Heat Wave, they have to power up Ceruledge, which they really don't want to do. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Follow Me comes out. I'm +1 on Ceruledge. Let's see who they attack here, though. They go for Psyshock into Ceruledge. I think this is good for me as long as I don't get crits. I don't get crit because they do 130-ish, 123 damage. Bitter Blade's going to come out and heal a lot here. Ooh, did not account for that, though. They actually don't go down. They eat the Citrus Berry, which is also quite bad for me. We are in something of a 50-50 here. Delphox is strong. Let's go for Shadow Sneak and Trick Room here, because this kind of forces their hand, I think, although it might end up being bad for me. Yeah, I might have made a mistake here. They also probably don't know for sure that I'm not in range of, oh, they switched Maushold out. That's very good regardless. Serena? Okay, so they stop my big offensive move here with Shadow Sneak, but I do get Trick Room up in exchange. Do I go down to this? Oh my god, they went for Heat Wave! Oh my god. Oh, and they missed! Okay, that is very good. That is very, very good. So here, what do I want to do? Because I can just Bitter Blade and heal back to full here. It's a free KO. There's basically no Pokemon who can take +1 Bitter Blade from this spot. And that also opens up Shadow Sneak again. I think Bitter Blade and Thunderbolt is totally fine here. But now my Ceruledge will be back at full HP. They can Psyshock, but they're going to take damage this turn. They switch Serena out. They're giving me a KO on something. It is Whimsicott. Okay, they didn't give me the KO, but this is honestly still fine because now they protect Delphox. Oh, that is not good for them. That is really not good for them. And the reason it's not good for them is because I get to go for Thunderbolt, which is blocked, whatever, but Whimsicott goes down to Sash. And Bitter Blade comes out into the Whimsicott here, bringing it down to Sash. And now I can just Bitter Blade. Okay, what's going to do more damage? Helping Hand or Thunderbolt into this Delphox? Let's say it's pretty bulky. Bitter Blade and Helping Hand is going to be the strongest thing I can go for here. This gets me a KO regardless, unless they get the double protect. They're probably going to switch Whimsicott back into Serena to try and stall out the, like they're going to try and catch me on Shadow Sneak, but it's not going to work. They need to switch Delphox out and sack it, but I think then they just, like they're not going to have the resources left. This Whimsicott doesn't have protect. It doesn't have anything it can do in front of Ceruledge except Moonblast. They switched Delphox out. That is the right move in my opinion, but yeah, they've given up a lot of resources. Maushold's going to come in and that is not good for them. Because there's still, according to my notebook, 2 turns left of Trick Room, which means that I can always attack the partner slot here to get 2 KOs. So I think I've got this. Bitter Blade comes out, knocks out Maushold. If the speed order were different, it would have been slightly more optimal to go for Thunderbolt there. But because Thunderbolt would have happened first, it doesn't really change anything. Here's Moonblast into my Ceruledge. It's kind of wasted because I'm healing back up. Now there's no more Frengard, so that's pretty good for me. As soon as Serena goes down, Shadow Sneak gets back online. This Delphox is certainly in range of +1 Shadow Sneak. Is there anything I'm missing here? Delphox comes back out, but what I can do here is actually go for Bitter Blade into the Whimsicott for the guaranteed KO and Thunderbolt into the Delphox here. There's still 2 more turns of Trick Room. They need like a huge crit here to win this, I think. And the Heat Wave miss on the Farigiraf, as you can see, doesn't really matter because I never gave them another chance to meaningfully attack, and it wouldn't have KO'd my super bulky like Farigiraf through Citrus. So we'll have to see. Okay, here's Thunderbolt. 68 down to 48. Bitter Blade comes out. Whimsicott goes down. I could have taken both KOs this turn in theory, but I made the play that was guaranteed to knock out a Pokemon because I figured that was better. Like, I don't want to lose to double protect here. You go for Psyshock. Unfortunately for them, that's not going to work because even with a critical hit, it does do good damage. Maybe a crit would have done it, but the thing is, because they didn't crit, they go into Serena, who is actually just a health pack for my Ceruledge. This is Choice Scarf Serena, cannot protect itself. There's still 1 more turn left of Trick Room. And so what this means is I can go into, when they go into Serena, I get the Bitter Blade back to full HP, Thunderbolt 1 more time, and then Delphox goes down to a Shadow Sneak. So Ceruledge really putting in work here. So we saw it struggling earlier into the Rain teams. Here in a matchup where they rely on Delphox and Floette, yeah, not looking so good for them. But yeah, it was a tough fight for sure. The Mousehold having Taunt and Babydoll Eyes made it pretty like tricky to play around in the early game, but once Ceruledge got going, yeah, very hard to stop. So we'll have to see if they have anything that I'm missing here. But yeah, since they're not boosted, I think it should be nearly impossible because I have 100% accurate moves to close out this game, right? I'm thinking like, okay, what if Heat Wave or what if Psyshock crits Ceruledge and it does get a 1-hit KO, right? 48 down to 30, doing 18% with Thunderbolt. Bitter Blade comes out, knocks out Ceruledge or Serena in 1. Ceruledge once again drain tanking here, basically taking Psyshock, taking +2 Psyshock, going back to nearly full HP. As they go for Psyshock again, Ceruledge still taking these hits so well, just so well. The bulk up actually boosting our defense, letting us take less damage from Psyshock. And I think with that, Shadow Sneak should just end it here. We can go for Trick Room just to be perfectly optimal, but I don't think it really matters here. Shadow Sneak should end this game. And you know what? In the end, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter that my Garchomp didn't have Earthquake. So they were kind of worried for nothing. Ceruledge was the real carry. But yeah, GG's. Cool team. And with that, we're now 4 wins, 1 loss with 2 rounds left in the first phase. We need to win 1 of them to make top cut. Yeah. Not so bad. Alrighty, let me say good luck, have fun. So this is a very interesting matchup in that it's almost like, it's a little bit like a mirror match. It's not exactly a mirror match to tell you the truth, but it's not that dissimilar either. We both have Metagross and Whimsicott and Ceruledge here. My Ceruledge is bulk up, whereas theirs says Poltergeist, which is probably an advantage in this matchup. My Metagross has Stomping Tantrum, whereas theirs says Bullet Punch. There are some other key differences as well. I think what makes this matchup interesting is that my Staraptor is pretty strong here if I can get through the early game, and my Whimsicott is very strong, but they have like, basically, they have 2 Pokemon that are quadruple weak to Fairy, which my Whimsicott can just completely dumpster. But the problem is, how do I get there, right? Because they have so many Pokemon that threaten my Whimsicott. I think that in game 1, I want us to do maybe, it's kind of tricky, right? Like, it's not so clear to me what I should do. I think that when I look at this team, what I see is that Whimsicott and Metagross look very strong offensively. And then, it's a Staraptor team. I want to use the Staraptor. What's my last mon? I don't know, Frig? That can't be good. Well, I'm out of time. That wasn't what I was supposed to do. That's not what I'm supposed to do. That can't be good. Okay, this is quite bad. That's not good at all. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Okay, let's give this a shot. Ninetales Dragon. Okay, now to my credit, this is like, I led this because I was thinking like maybe they would do something like this. Okay, question mark. This is Never Melt Ice. So do you think Staraptor gets the kill on this Ninetales? It depends how much bulk they have. I bet I get the KO. Okay, I'm gonna do Side Charm, Mega Evolve, and Close Combat. Is there anything I'm missing here? Not really. God, I hope this works. They switch our Dragon out. Okay, so it can only be good for me. They send out Ceruledge. That's not good. Like, okay, if I get this Close Combat off, I'm in pretty good shape. But not if I get it off. Am I faster? I'm faster by 1 point. Okay, the thing is they could have some bulk, in which case this would no longer be guaranteed. Basically on no bulk Ninetales, the min roll is 102.6%. So my Staraptor's now +2 attack. I go for the Close Combat, I hit the Ninetales. The Snow Defense boost might mess me up here. I get the KO. So immediately I have +2 attack, +1 defense, +1 special defense on my Staraptor. That is not good for them. That is really not good for them because I still have my own Ceruledge in the back, and we know that they have Hydreigon who cannot come in here. They cannot go into their Hydreigon here. They have to go into whatever their last Pokemon is. Yeah, because it's Adamant Metagross. Oh, they're Adamant Metagross, so they're guaranteed to be slower than my Staraptor. Oh, that's not good for them. That is not good for them. I'm gonna Charm again. I don't care. I'm doing it. Charm, Close Combat. Like, okay, I should run the calc, right? Because they can be bulky. Okay, at +4, they're not so. What are their max HP? They're dead. Oh, that's not good for them. I do need to be careful because like, because my back Pokemon don't actually beat Hydreigon, it is still possible for me to lose here. They need to get through both my front mons. Metagross Mega Evolves, okay. It's good if they attack here. Okay, they don't go for Protect, so my Staraptor's now +4 attack, okay. Goes for close combat. I don't believe it's possible for Metagross to survive this. It's dead. Okay, so I still have Focus Sash intact and Whimsicott. I think this should be a win then, because Metagross goes down here. They go for Poltergeist into my Staraptor. Should do decent damage, but let's see how much it does. I have +2 defense. That's not decent damage, folks. Okay, so we kind of boom them, right? Like, they're like, oh man, like, yeah, the Staraptor. So game 2, they're gonna lead with Whimsicott, and I'm gonna lead with Metagross and get a big lead. I think we also learned something interesting, that the Ninetales doesn't appear to be very bulky. We do need to be careful with the Cerulege because it could be a problem. I think I'm bringing Staraptor. I think I'm doing double Mega here and not megaing Metagross because I actually don't think I need to mega Metagross here. And I actually think I want another Pokemon that's consistent against Scarf Hydreigon, and Staraptor can be that for me. So the question is the last Pokemon. I'm inclined to do Cerulege here. And the reason I'm inclined to do Cerulege is because I think I'm gonna need some more help against the Metagross with this mode. And it's also a good switch in if like if they lead Whimsicott plus Ninetales, for example, I can just switch to Cerulege on turn 1 and go from there. So I think this makes sense. No Furgraph is a little bit suspect because it means that all my eggs are in the, it means I can get Encored. I think actually that's the biggest threat. I don't think they're gonna lead the same thing again though. I wouldn't lead Hydreigon. Okay, Metagross Whimsicott. So this is very good for me because they're gonna feel pressure to go for Tailwind here most likely, and I can just switch to Cerulege. It's super safe. I can go for the Iron Head here, or I can Stomping Tantrum. I think I want Iron Head because I actually think Whimsicott is a bigger threat right now, and their Metagross doesn't really have great moves to damage my Metagross. So I think it's just switch an Iron Head here, and I think, you know what, the best thing we can do to do that, to like get into that position, is damage this Whimsicott. Because even if we don't get the KO on this turn, nice. Even if we don't get the KO on this turn, if we're able to get this Whimsicott down to Sash, then what that means in the long run is that, nice, really good. Okay, it means that I can KO this thing with close combat later. So that's really good. We go for Meteor Mash. Oh, right, it's Meteor Mash, not Iron Head. That should do a fair bit, actually. Did a lot. That did more than I wanted it to. Oh, now we're in trouble. Hold on a second. That changes things in a pretty big way. I guess I have I guess I have, not Iron Head. I guess I have Shadow Sneak available. But yeah, that messes things up in a pretty big way. You know what we can do? We can Bitter Blade and switch to Staraptor and get Intimidate off. If I'm wrong about this play, I'm gonna probably lose the game for no reason. And with Intimidate, my Cerulege should survive. They stayed in. That's not good. We can maybe see it Protect here for an Encore. Like, they should be worried about Shadow Sneak. I would be, at least. Okay, nice. Protect from Whimsicott. That's really good. If I survive this Psychic Fangs, my position is gonna get really, really good. Meteor Mash again. They thought with the +1 they would have enough attack to get the KO. They would have had it without the Intimidate. But Staraptor coming in here, no second attack boost here. Bitter Blade comes out, can do a ton of damage to Metagross, probably won't KO, but that's a lot of damage. And all of a sudden, this game is looking way, way better. Cerulege is gonna actually heal a ton here. It didn't heal that much, but that's okay. Let's go for the Shadow Sneak now. We can threaten to KO on either Pokemon. They do have the ability to Encore us though, which would be bad. So I think we'll just switch back into Metagross here. I don't really want to take a Psychic Fangs, right? If I had Furgraph in the back, that would be pretty good. But yeah, we're doing good work here. The Intimidate coming in clutch. I think I probably would have died to the Psychic Fangs actually. So maybe it was kind of lucky that they didn't go for it. They don't switch. That's probably good for me. Metagross comes in. Oh, and they let me get the Shadow Sneak off. That's big. That means they no longer have speed control over my team. The Metagross is at neutral. They can get a KO this turn. They're gonna go for Psychic Fangs. They do take out Cerulege, so nice play from them. Cerulege goes down, but honestly, it's done its job because now we're the ones with speed control, and that's gonna be pretty tough. Though it is worth noting that this Metagross does have, on their side, it does have Bullet Punch. And so it's not so safe for me here. They go into Hydreigon. Okay, so what do we have to do this turn? We can go into Whimsicott. We have to go for, do they have Flamethrower on this thing? No. So we're gonna go for Tailwind here, and we're gonna go for Stomping Tantrum into the Metagross because this forces them to like make a choice basically. Their Tailwind ended, right? Oh, they might have one more turn of Tailwind. Hold on. Oh, I may have made a mistake. Oh, no. I might have made a mistake. Oh, no. Oh, I just assumed that it ended. Wait a second. I counted wrong. Also, why did that do 1 more billion damage? Hello. Oh, they crit me, that's why. Oh, I counted wrong. They had a turn left. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up so bad. Whimsicott, I'm sorry. Okay, we trade 1 for 1, but it's kind of not good for me. Do I get Hydreigon in one shot here? That's the first question. Staraptor with no boost. Oh, I do. Oh, I super do. I'm a genius. Okay, because now it's a 1 versus 2. And what am I worried about here? There's the Tailwind ending. It's okay, to be fair, it's 10 p.m. I've had a long day. Okay, sorry. And I'm not taking notes anymore. I should be taking notes. This is why you take notes. And it is Ninetales. Okay, so I think that's guaranteed game over then, right? Because I have Mega Staraptor with Close Combat and Tailwind. I feel like this is like test failed successfully, right? Because Mega Evolution Close Combat, I'm guaranteed to be faster. Iron Head into Ninetales quad effective because they don't have any priority, right? Blizzard, Freeze Dry, Aurora Veil, Protect. Okay, you're Staraptorite. Strapdite. I guess technically it's more optimal to double the Hydreigon here because in case it survives, but it should never survive. Okay, this is still fine. Close Combat should KO Hydreigon, and I actually, even if it hadn't KO'd, my Metagross is still faster than Scarf Hydreigon in Tailwind, even outside of Mega Form, and so it is, right? Should be. Yeah, so I would have gotten Ninetales here anyway. So okay, it was a little bit messy, but Staraptor here really doing a lot of work. Yeah, that was, I mean, game one was just complete dominance by Staraptor, and I feel like game two, we got the positioning right with Staraptor and Tailwind. The nice thing about this is that even if their last Pokemon had been Ceruledge, like, yeah, they would have had Shadow Sneak to potentially get through our Metagross, but because of the position that we put ourselves in, I think Staraptor still would have won because it would have been -1 Ceruledge and +1 defense on the Staraptor. So I figured regardless of what the last Pokemon is there, whether it's Ceruledge or Kamao or Ninetales, like I still win. So I messed up a little bit, but the overall idea was still correct, which is that if I get my Staraptor and Tailwind and they don't have Tailwind, then I'll win. So yeah, GG's. And with that, we've made top cut. So we still have one more round of Swiss, which we'll play potentially for a buy in top cut. I don't know exactly how it's going to shake out, but regardless, we're in top cut and that's pretty good. And it's 10 p.m. and I'm very tired. Okay, my play will surely only improve from here, surely. Okay, here with round 7, and the good news is that I will make top cut either way, but I could be playing for a bye here, so I should certainly do my best. We're up against a standard team, although this is a version with Scarf Basculegion, which isn't on every team. I think that in theory, this is a positive matchup, and I say that because my Ceruledge is quite strong into a number of these Pokemon. I have the Colbur Berry specifically for a matchup like this one. The only thing is that in practice, it's not necessarily as easy as it looks at first glance. I think that my star players here are going to be these three. It's somewhat unusual to lead both Ceruledge and Staraptor, but I think that maybe here it is correct. The question is, who should my last Pokemon be? Metagross, obviously very, very strong into Floette. Not so good into a lot of these other Pokemon. Although actually I can hit a bunch of them for good damage. Garchomp is very strong offensively here, but has to be careful. Even though it's kind of bad practice, I think I'm gonna bring Whimsicott as the last and just like, the reason this is bad practice, I think I've mentioned this earlier, but like it can really backfire basically because I'm putting all my damaging eggs in my upfront basket. And neither Whimsicott or Farigiraf are especially good at doing damage. Also, I realize now that by bringing, this is the wrong brings for sure, because I can't actually damage Incineroar. By now, if I looked at the team sheet, would have realized I realized has Chople Berry, so I can't even really damage it that easily at all. And they actually lead with Floette and Basculegion, which is a terrible lead for me. I think perhaps I have cost myself an enormous deficit right from the get-go here. However, there is something that I can do, which is I can go for Mega Evolution and Protect and just launch a Shadow Sneak into this Basculegion. Wave Crash at -1 is going to super kill my Ceruledge, so they really outled me here. What we're going to do now, though, is... Okay, that's a little unfortunate for sure. Yeah, okay, nice play. They get this in before I have the chance to Mega Evolve, basically stopping my... This not only weakens my Staraptor right now, but it also weakens my Ceruledge's Shadow Sneak here, which could be relevant. However, I think this is still okay, all things considered. Let's see what they go for here with the Basculegion. I'm going to protect Staraptor here and go for a Shadow Sneak for a little bit of damage. Great. A third is not terrible. That's really not terrible. So what they go for here, it is just going to be flip turn actually. So they actually completely and totally outplay me. Very, very bad for your boy here. However, I'm still doing okay, I think. It's not good. It could be better for sure. Their Throat Chop on the Ensign. I assume it's Floette coming in here. It is Floette. Okay, so what's a girl to do now? I do have Whimsicott in the back. I think they probably are supposed to just attack with both their Pokemon here. Is it even worth going for Bitter Blade is my question. I think it might not be. I need to get I think that my win condition here is getting Staraptor to +2. I'm not sure I'm gonna get it otherwise. I'll switch Whimsicott in and go for Bitter Blade because I'm out of time. I don't think this is the correct play, but it could maybe be okay. Yeah, they've outpositioned me so far. That was a really good turn one from them. Did they go for Fake Out? They actually don't really need to go for Fake Out, do they? Okay, in a perfect world, this is Calm Mind and also Parting Shot. They go for Gleam. That's not great for me. Or not Lariat, Throat Chop. That actually does a lot of damage. Bitter Blade crit here would be nice. I do 30%. If this is a KO onto my Whimsicott, I've lost the game for sure. A Parting Shot though, okay. So now -2. This is all right, but it's also terrible. Let's see who comes in here. Do you think my Staraptor takes a Dazzling Gleam? It's Basculegion again. Okay. So now what? I don't think this works at all. I actually jet. Oh, and I survive. Okay, I get a little bit of health back here from this. Here's Shadow Sneak, okay. Not much damage. I'm basically here's the thought process is that because they have Incineroar on the back, it's not actually impossible for me to win this. Like I know it looks very bad and it is certainly very bad. A Moonblast. Oh, but they're Scarf locked. Hang on, let me think about this. My Basculegion surviving is very good for me. Very, very good. Very, very good. So okay, I have a chance now because their Basculegion is locked out of anything useful here. They have to click Aqua Jet on this turn. I can't get a boost very easily. I'm gonna Side Charm and Brave Bird. This is the wrong play. They're just gonna Jet, yeah. Oh, but I got it right by accident. Or like, I didn't get it right by accident, but like, we trade Whimsicott here, but my position improves like 100-fold because I get rid of the Floette here. And depending on what they have in the back, it should be really difficult for them to get around this because here's the position that we have right now. Basculegion is on the field. It's very threatening, but it's Choice Scarf, which means it cannot switch moves. And the move it has locked itself into is Aqua Jet. The reason this is relevant is because now with Farigiraf in the back, I shut down Aqua Jet completely. It cannot do anything as long as my Farigiraf is on the field. This is relevant because they only have 3 Pokemon left, and that's some combination of Kingambit, Sneasler, Sinistcha, one of those 3, plus Incineroar. And the reason I'm saying all this in this detailed tone is because of the fact that what this means is that Incineroar has to hit the field. There's no way for Incineroar for them to play the game where Incineroar doesn't hit the field, because if Basculegion stays in, well, there we go. Incineroar hit the field. And this gives me an attack boost, which is really, really, really important here. So now my Staraptor is at +1. So if we think about this, they can't protect themselves on Incineroar, but they are Choppleberry. So how do I play this? Helping Hand, let's say Helping Hand Close Combat does not KO, but I think I should go for it anyway. I don't know what the last Pokemon is, basically. I wanted to Close Combat this slot, but it could be Sinistcha. It's either Sinistcha or Gambit. It is Gambit. I almost had the game-winning play, but I was scared to make it. Okay, here's Helping Hand. This is +1 Helping Hand Close Combat. I'm hoping that... Oh, actually, I think I don't want this to KO. It's probably going to survive. It's going to be a roll. Depends how much training they have. Yeah, I think that's actually good for me because it means that their Basculegion is now not as strong. Oh, they went for Throat Chop. And they crit. And they crit. And they crit. And they crit. Okay. So that's a really, really bad now. It's really, really, really bad. Okay. So I think that my play here is to Thunderbolt into the Incin and Close Combat into the Gambit. Could backfire for sure. They protect Kingambit. Okay, so basically my thought process is that they have to lock into Wave Crash here. Their Incineroar being relaxed means that my Farigiraf is faster, allowing me to go for this Thunderbolt. They need a double protect, I think. They have to lock into Wave Crash here. I'm +1 defense, +1 attack. So I could get the KO here with Brave Bird. I'm gonna go for Trick Room here and Close Combat, I think. They need a double, I think. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Oh, who do they target though? Oh, Farig. Okay, well, that's not good. That cannot be good. Okay, so now what? Although, honestly, because I was going for Trick Room, right? I think I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna Brave Bird the Basculegion. They go for Sucker Punch. Oh, they need a crit. They don't get the crit. They need to crit me with Wave Crash here. They should only do about 50%. They don't get the crit. Oh, and I should survive because of the recoil damage that they do to themselves. Okay, Brave Bird comes out here. And the reason why this is a win, I think I could still get crit, but I'm able to roost back up. I'm able to roost back to a good amount of health left. Staraptor being really clutch here. Yeah, 39 HP. Okay, I have a choice to make because I could go for Close Combat here because they should Swords Dance probably. Sucker Punch will never, it'll never do enough, so they need a crit, but I think Roost is fine. Okay, cool. And now on a critical hit, max damage from Black Glass's Kowtow Cleat or from Sucker Punch is 72 on crit Sucker Punch. And I have more than that, so that should be a game win. So despite the double protect, we're actually still able to close this out despite being a pretty rough start. I actually am not entirely sure how we turn this around. Oh, it's because they let me get Floette. Oh, that's how. And because my Whimsicott had a super clutch survival. So here's Close Combat. We are gonna narrowly win game 1 despite this not feeling very good. Like I think I got totally outled. So I'm not complaining about winning there. So they're gonna bring Incineroar again for sure. The question is, what am I supposed to do about that? At +1, I really doubt that my Staraptor kills Bulky, Calm Mind, Floette. What I could do here, like Cerulege was not good here at all. Metagross in base form is actually pretty useful into a lot of these mons. It's not even terrible into Basculegion is the truth. I'm faster than it inside of Tailwind. I don't think I can lead Staraptor. I think I have to get Staraptor in when Incineroar is already on the field. So let's try this. I guess Kingambit lead would really mess me up here, like pretty badly, but that's okay. I think that they probably want to do a Floette lead is my guess. Okay, same lead as last time. So immediately we're in a much better position because now we actually are threatening something here. My instinct is just to go for Moonblast into Basculegion and Stomping Tantrum into Basculegion. Floette wants to go for a Protect here and Basculegion wants to go for a Flip Turn. I think I'm comfortable making this call. Floette surely has to protect her switch here. And I think Basculegion wants to go for Flip Turn, break my Sash and get in their Incineroar. Then again, maybe I should have gone for the Tailwind anyway. I guess we'll see. If I get this play wrong, I'm going to be in really bad shape, really bad shape. Like they'd be making such a hard read, but they could get it right. Okay, I got the call correct. And this is good now because I have Encore pressure, which is nice, and Iron Head pressure. I go for Flip Turn into my Whimsicott, breaking the Sash, which is bad for sure. But I've delayed my Mega Evolution for 2 reasons. The first is that now they can't actually go for an Intimidate here. So if they have the same Pokemon in the back, like if they go into Sinistcha, which would take the attacks best, then I can Encore the Floette. If they go into Incineroar, they don't have any recovery. I'm actually being boosted. They went for Mega Evolution and Protect here, but actually that was good for me because they've boosted my Moonblast. So we're gonna go for Moonblast here into the Incineroar. This is very important damage, so Staraptor can KO it later. Does 41% there, my God. The Stomping Tantrum comes out here. Almost finishing off this Incineroar. Okay, now what's a girl to do? I have Encore pressure. I could go for both Encore and Iron Head here. Like I had Farigiraf last game. I think they should respect it, right? I don't want to double the Floette either because, yeah. Okay, because they could switch out, yeah. So this way I get something off, either whether it's a little bit of damage. Oh, it is Sinistcha. Oh, nice play from them. Mostly. No, it's a good play. Now I'm in trouble. Because Moonblast probably doesn't KO. I needed to actually double the Incineroar. I didn't think about this play. It depends who they target here. If they go for Flare Blitz into my Metagross, it's good. But if it's into my Whimsicott, yeah, nice play. Okay, so we trade 1 for 1, but this is actually a bad trade for me, I think. Although, okay, because I still have Metagross left, like we got rid of the Intimidator, it's not so easy for them to get through Basculegion. You know, this could actually, okay, this could be a game where I actually use non-Mega Staraptor and Mega Metagross here. Because, like, we know all of their Pokemon, right? We know all 4 of them. It's not so easy for them to get through what I have here. Like at all. Also, if that's how much non-Mega did, let's see what they lock into here. Because I actually currently have 2 normal type Pokemon on the field. They're -1. Can I Brave Bird? Is that allowed? Like I'm worried about them locking into Wave Crash, right? Okay, I'm protecting Metagross. I'm not Mega Evolving either Pokemon. I have 2 Mega Evolutions in the field. Neither are Mega Evolving. They go for Flip Turn into Staraptor though. Okay, now what? Floette comes out. Okay, so I'm gonna get the Sinistcha here. But the problem is, can I beat this? Can I actually win in the long run? Because I'm not actually sure the answer, right? They have to lock into Last Respects to KO my Metagross. Otherwise, they will lose to... Can I think about this? Like, they need to go for Last Respects here. And I think they want to go for Dazzling Gleam. So what if I go Brave Bird and switch to Farigiraf here? I think that... Like, I wanted to get another Intimidate down, but I don't think it's so easy for me. So I'm just giving up on the Intimidate and getting in Farig because they can't lock into Wave Crash here. They lock into Last Respects. I actually have 2 normal type Pokemon on the field because I haven't Mega Evolved Staraptor, using Staraptor's type change to my advantage here, although it was targeted into Farigiraf. Brave Bird does a lot of damage here. Staraptor's gonna barely survive this, but it goes for Moonblast into Staraptor. That is the best case scenario because now they have Choice Scarf Basculegion who is locked into Last Respects, meaning it cannot damage my Farigiraf. So I go into Metagross, and unless Floette gets the 1-hit KO on my Farigiraf, they cannot win. However, my Farigiraf is actually very specially bulky because I have both Charm and Intimidate on this team. If they have modest, like the normal amount, they cannot KO. If they have 10 more than the normal amount, they cannot KO. They need a critical hit, and then it's not even possible unless they have a specific amount of offense, which is far more than usual. So I'll go Protect here, and I guess Thunderbolt, right? Because there's no world. Oh no, it's Trick Room. Because Moonblast could special attack, drop me, and then I would lose. So I Protect and Trick Room here to get the speed advantage. Metagross goes for Protect again. It's like the end of the battle. I haven't megaed either of my 2 megas yet. Basculegion has no other option here. It must go for Last Respects into my Metagross. Floette needs a critical hit and a high roll, and to have a ton more special attack than they normally run on this kind of team. They didn't have enough special attack, so just very activates. They need 2 more of those to get the KO, but they're not gonna get a chance because Trick Room goes up first here. And actually, I can still not Mega Evolve my Metagross. What I can do here is go for Iron Head into the Basculegion to cover for the chance that Thunderbolt does not get the KO. Doubling into Basculegion, who cannot protect itself, is the only threat to my Metagross here. Base 4 Metagross honestly looking like a phenomenal Pokemon. And even if they were to stall out my Trick Room, what I can do is, even if Floette takes this and then gets a quadruple Protect to stall out the Trick Room, I can then Mega Evolve, and I'll be faster outside of Trick Room as well. I delayed Mega Evolving here, not only to make myself immune to the Intimidate drops, not only to, I lost my train of thought, sorry. I delayed Mega Evolving, why didn't I do it? Well, now I'm slower. I'm still slower inside Trick Room, meaning that setting up Trick Room with a normally fast Pokemon like Mega Metagross, it doesn't hurt me here. So I can go for Psychic, I can go for Iron Head. I've got them fully pinned, and this game is completely over. And we're able to win here with non-Mega Metagross, non-Mega Staraptor. Two Pokemon that actually put in a lot of work there, really abusing some of the traits of my opponent's team, like the fact that their Basculegion could not switch moves because of its Choice Scarf. So with that, we finished the Swiss portion of this tournament 6-1. We'll have to see what Top Cut holds for us. I think we didn't play a single Charizard Y, which is surprising. Maybe we played one and I forgot. But yeah, we're moving on to Top Cut. So at this point, it's single elimination, and we just have to go for as long as we can without losing. I'll let you know when I know the bracket and who I'm playing next. Alrighty, folks. So we are here in top 16. I got the bye through top 8. It's 11:45 p.m. So we will see how my play holds up. The team overall is interesting. It's a Trick Room team, which is not like inherently good for my fast-paced offensive team, but at the same time, it's a Trick Room team where the opponent has not that much for my Cerulege. My Cerulege looks very strong here. This is the Last Respect's Basculegion, who I suspect will be like a focal point here. They've already locked in their mons, so that's a little bit intimidating. I think I'm always bringing Staraptor, Farigiraf, and Cerulege. I don't really want to bring Whimsicott here. I think in game 1, I'll do Garchomp because this is only really terrible if they lead with a very specific combination of Pokemon, and that's like Sylveon plus Farigiraf. But given that I have Metagross on the team, I don't think that's super likely. So let's try these two up front. I'm thinking they're going to lead Instant plus Farig or like Torkoal plus Garchomp here, or Torkoal plus Pyroar here. So let's see here. My number one goal is to get through the Incineroar so that I can win with my Cerulege. We don't want to see Sylveon in the lead. Okay, that's totally all right, I think. Pyro and Incineroar in the lead, totally fine. Staraptor and Garchomp on my end. A pretty nice lead, honestly, from them. I get the Intimidate off, which means I burn the White Herb right away, as they get an Intimidate down as well. White Herb activates right away. I need to be careful here because I can switch Farigiraf in, but I risk things going poorly for me. They can only fake out one of my Pokemon. I don't think that, let's see here. Do you think either of my Pokemon can KO this Pyroar? There's no Sun Up right now. At -1, I can't get the KO with either Pokemon. I think my instinct here is to switch into Cerulege with Staraptor, preserving Intimidate for later. They're not intimidated right now. This Pyroar is Heat Wave, Overheat, Protect, and oh, they have Will-O-Wisp. Oh, that could be bad, actually. It could be real bad. They switch Incineroar out, so nice play from them. They're gonna let something else take the attack here, but it's actually Sylveon. So if this is, it depends on what they do here with their Pyroar. It depends on who they're targeting. I did already burn the item, which is nice here. This Sylveon also has Yawn, so I probably shouldn't be so aggressive in setting up here. This Will-O-Wisp on the Pyroar is actually kind of annoying. I think I should have targeted that instead. I go for Overheat, but it's into my Cerulege. That's a huge deal because now my Cerulege has access to Flash Fire, giving it a 50% power boost. And actually, with that chip damage, I wouldn't be shocked if this thing is in range of a Bitter Blade. You know what I could do is I could actually double the Sylveon with Bitter Blade and Stomping Tantrum, which covers for both stay in, either slot switching out here. They switch Pyro out. Okay, so my instinct was correct. This should be Incineroar coming back in. Incineroar does hit the field again. Let's see if the Sylveon goes for Protect. That's where this gets a little bit more dicey, but I think given that I'm threatening a Bulk Up, yeah, I got the read correct. Okay, so I'm gonna get some damage onto Sylveon. This is one of the biggest threats to my Garchomp. I don't think they're, even at -1, I don't think they're surviving this Bitter Blade here. Bitter Blade comes out. Cerulege looking pretty good, but now the position gets a little bit dicier because now they have Incineroar in position. I need to be kind of careful here because they're going to bring Pyroar back out and they're going to have a lot of offensive pressure. So I need to be careful, but getting Sylveon for basically for free is great. Basculegion is the switch. So that's honestly pretty good for me. I think I'm going to go into Farigiraf with this slot, and it is Sash on the Basculegion. So maybe I go for Rock Slide here, get a little bit of chip damage on both. Yeah, I think that's okay. Stomping Tantrum at -2 isn't going to do that much damage anyway. So let's switch Cerulege out here. I am risking bringing this thing into a Darkest Lariat. Let's see if they go for Fake Out here. They switch Incineroar out, so I'm gonna get some damage down on the Pyroar, which could matter. You never know. Pyroar comes in here. They don't have Sun, by the way. I go for Rock Slide. I hit both. That's really big. Big. We break the Focus Sash on the Basculegion, which is nice. I'm almost wondering if I'm supposed to go for Trick Room in this spot to get my Garchomp into position, but probably not. They go for Liquidation into my Garchomp, actually. Does that make contact? I have no idea. I survived, though. Oh, it does make contact. Okay, that's good for me. They've positioned pretty well, to be honest. This Pyro's looking pretty spooky. I don't think it's worth saving Garchomp, to be honest. If I Thunderbolt this Basculegion, it always ends up in range of Shadow Sneak. So I think Thunderbolt and Rock Slide is reasonable here. Okay, Heat Wave comes out. If that had missed Garchomp, I'd be in really good shape. It actually does a lot of damage. I need to keep in mind that Pyro is very strong. However, this is kind of okay. Liquidation comes out here. I should survive this. Oh. That's really bad. Oh, that's really bad. Hang on a second. I'm in huge danger all of a sudden. Oh, I didn't even think about what would happen if I went down there. Okay, that's really bad. I get the Intimidate down, which is good. They're probably gonna go for like Will-O-Wisp on this turn is my guess. I guess I need to bulk up. I'm in big trouble. I'm in really, really big trouble because they have Will-O-Wisp. Honestly, at -1, yeah. Oh, I can't believe that I was doing so well. Oh man, okay. I was doing so well. The only nice thing here is that, yeah, this should be Incin. So I got the call correct in theory, but in practice, it's not actually so good for me because it's not good for me because they have specifically Darkest Lariat. And with Darkest Lariat in play, they ignore my defense boost. However, it's not over yet because I will get a defense boost in this turn. And even if I'm burned, my Staraptor is becoming tankier. They overheat. Do I die to this? No way, right? It's Timid Pyroar. It kills? What? Oh, it's a roll to kill. I can't win anymore. Oh, I did not realize that they got the KO with that. That's really bad. Okay, and now it's just over. This Pyro completely boomed me. It's just Pyro out. That's fine. Oh wait, Pyro can't beat me. Like, it feels bad to lose to Pyro because I have the Ceruledge. Just good damage. Yeah, it's specifically the Darkest Lariat that makes this difficult, I think, because if it was Throat Chop, I actually might be able to solo this thing with Ceruledge and the healing, because Pyro literally cannot do damage to Ceruledge. They played really well, frankly. You can see how much damage that does. Yeah, they played really, really well. I do think this is winnable, but I am really surprised. I felt like this was going so well for me, and all of a sudden I just like completely lost. Liquidation, I should die to this. I don't have enough bulk. I mean, the biggest thing is just that I let my Farigiraf go down. That was, if my Farigiraf hadn't gone down, I think this was totally fine. Although honestly, given that, yeah, okay. I gotta think about this. And they didn't even use Willows, by the way, which could have really messed me up. So yeah, I got the Sylveon for free. I had Ceruledge looking good, and I still lost. So I gotta be really, really intentional with how I move forward from here, because yeah, one more loss and I'm out of the entire tournament. They played really well though, so I wouldn't be upset if it happened here, but yeah. Okay, things I need to keep in mind is that they have this mix-up available. They will lead with Pyroar. So what do I want to do about this? Staraptor feels good, Garchomp feels good, Ceruledge feels good. Maybe I leave Farigiraf behind? That feels really questionable, but maybe it's okay. Yeah, I think that Farigiraf is better against a Trick Room mode. They might switch to Trick Room game 2 though. I knew it was coming too. I totally knew it was coming. Okay, that's okay. It's okay because I think it's fine as long as I Mega Evolve in close combat here. My original plan against this lead, which is what I expected in game 1. Okay, they don't switch. I guess they probably I wanted to switch Farigiraf in here and go for close combat to get the defense boost. That was my original idea. And then try and win with Ceruledge in the late game. With this, it might be tough if they fake out my Staraptor. They don't fake out. So how much is close combat gonna do? This is -1, but this thing likely has very little bulk. 30%, that might be low enough that I can get the KO with Rock Slide. And if I do, my position improves pretty significantly. I miss Rock Slide, not Incin. Okay, this should KO, but I don't actually know if it's good if it KOs. Like, okay, on the one hand, I got rid of the biggest threat to my Staraptor, but on the other hand, or to my Ceruledge, but on the other hand, like, now what? Now they get Sylveon in for free. Trick goes up. They have Helping Hand, so I guess it's gonna be like Helping Hand Hyper Voice. I might need to make a sacrifice here. Yeah, this is actually just bad, right? Something comes out. I don't know if I can win this from here. Helping Hand Hyper Voice, do you think that KOs my Staraptor? Probably, right? Even through the special defense boost? Oh, yeah, it's a roll to kill. And then how much is my Ceruledge taking? Oh, it actually doesn't take that much from Helping Hand Hyper Voice. It's taking like 40%. Ceruledge is very tanky. Maybe a cheeky Protect and a switch to Ceruledge. Let's try this. 3 turns left of Trick Room. They go for the Helping Hand. That's fine. I was worried about Psychic, to be honest. I think Psychic is where this would have gotten really tough. Go for Protect on Staraptor. They go for Hyper Voice. Okay, this shouldn't do that much unless I've calced them. No, I haven't calced anything wrong. Okay. They can't intimidate Ceruledge, which is really nice. So the question is there a board state where I can definitely win this? Because as you can see, I really don't take that much from that. So what are my options here? Sack off Staraptor, making me a lot weaker to Basculegion in the end game. That's one option. Could bulk up here, but I don't think I'm supposed to. I think I need to Bitter Blade something. Try and keep myself healthy. Just feels like delaying the inevitable, but I don't think the bulk is worth it here. I'm gonna Roost and Bitter Blade Sylveon if I can get the input in time. Helping Hand again, so they're just trying to take out my Farigiraf here, or to my Staraptor here. I should survive this, but it's not guaranteed, I don't think. Let's see. Staraptor goes down. That's really, really, really bad. That's really horrible. And I think now I'm just straight up losing, unfortunately. As I get a Bitter Blade off, I'm gonna heal some health. I should have switched to Whimsicott, I guess. I don't actually even do that much damage. Wow, that's nothing. I heal a decent bit here, but I might be in range of 2 turns of Trick Room left. That's 1 turn too many. Okay, here's the game plan, folks. We're gonna go for Moonblast here and Bitter Blade here. It depends on if the last Pokemon is Basculegion or Pyroar. I feel like it should be Pyroar, right? It needs to be Farig. I can't take Sylveon here. They go for Hyper Voice. They're probably just going for Psychic here. Ceruledge should survive. Whimsicott obviously will not. They go for Psychic into Whimsicott, so that's another Mon on my side down. So it's gonna come down to Ceruledge ultimately. Ceruledge and Garchomp here. I'm gonna go for Bitter Blade into the Frigoraph. I'm gonna heal a fair bit of health, actually. That did a lot of damage. And I healed actually more than I expected. So let me see something here. So that just did 44%. So it's actually a roll for Stomping Tantrum to KO here. There's one turn left of Trick Room. I think in order to win this, I have to make a call. I think I have to call whether or not they're going for Hyper Voice here or whether they're going for, they can yawn me, right? Like they should yawn me here probably. I'm gonna make a read here that they're going to go for either Switch or yawn. Oh, this is maybe too ambitious. I overthought it about 100%. I could have just protected both. Oh, I could have just protected both. I think they probably have Pyro in the back then. Oh, I could have just protected both. I overthought it so badly. Okay, and then Ceruledge here into Sylveon. Is there a chance that I can get the KO? Yeah, I mean, they're very bulky. I could have predicted both and just won the game. That's really unfortunate. I think we have to hope that I get the kill here with Bitter Blade. Okay, please, Ceruledge, it should be possible. It was possible, but not quite enough. We go for Psychic and Yawn, I guess? Yeah, really well played. It's not necessarily over. It was the wrong play again, by the way, because if I went for Bulk Up on that turn, yeah, they played better. I think I really overthought it. I think I tried to play around Basculegion in the end game, but they just, like, I didn't do it properly. Okay, if this crits, I can still win. Not quite enough. Yeah, I really want to know what the last Pokemon was. I think it was probably Pyroar based on how they played this. Ceruledge is really close to, I think I just really got in my own head about it. I like really did have the tools to win this, but I didn't play them properly, but that's okay. They played really well. I think the Pyroar game really messed me up. Like I think that was probably supposed to be a win, but yeah, GG to my opponent. That's gonna be the end of my tour. But overall, still, I'm really happy with this team. I felt like it was really strong. Definitely had some tough matchups in the end. It is after midnight, I guess, so it's not shocking that I didn't play my best. Yeah, it was a cool team. I think Staraptor is a really neat Mega Evolution. We had a couple games where it really got out of hand, and I think the question is, given that Staraptor is so strong when you let it get going, are there gonna be teams that can consistently get it going? Because here it was really difficult, right? They had Incineroar, they had Trick Room, they had Frigoraph, they had Sylveon, Pyroar, they had all these Pokemon that were really difficult for my Staraptor. And I think that like, if you can like find ways of getting Staraptor into position, it's so strong. And it's just a question of how you do that. Also, my opponent's last mon is Basculegion, so I was gonna be pretty pressed to win that in the end. Anyway, like regardless of what happened, because I could never really get through Basculegion, I think. So anyway, GG's to my opponent, cool team. And yeah, that's it for me. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you should check out the most recent tournament video I did before this one, where I entered a tournament with Mega Pyroar. Bit of a full circle moment there.